Welcome in. This is clearly a pick a card reading, and these are the 4 piles, and there's also going to be a collective reading at the beginning. So this is pile 1, 2, 3, and 4, with pile 1 being a clear quartz. I'll put it up there now. Pile 2 being, I believe this is rutilated quartz. Gold. Did I say 3? I meant to say pile 2 for that. Maybe I did say that. Pile 3 is sodalite. And pile 4 is lapis lazuli. Plonk. Okay, and yeah, this is... Pile 1 doesn't have a crystal. You know what, actually, I brought my labradorite and I was like, that's kind of interesting that I brought that, so maybe that's why. If you want to choose it, it's there. And the collective one is the beginning, so pick your piles, however many you want, and see you there. Or see you now. I always say that. Kind of. There might be something about repeating within the collective reading. Actually, we can put him up there, and I'll get the card out. There could be something about beginning early. There might be a lot of eagerness in this pile because I haven't even put the main piles away, and already I'm wanting to just start talking about this. And like setting up. Yeah, that's the first message. I've also written some notes that I shall share with you. Show with you. There could be something about collaboration too. So if I put that... my pencil! Is that going to be in one moment? No, that's not it. Okay. Is that it? Cool, that seems fine. So, cover up pile 1. So it felt like there were many things that you felt like you had to get done, and that there's a whole aura of anxiety around it. Not necessarily, it didn't feel like one thing in particular, but it felt like in your entire aura was just a lot of fear and stress and feeling like you need to like conquer it. I wrote the first thing was, you think there's stuff to tick off, but because I was feeling that when I was tapping into your energy, I felt like I needed to check some things off my list, but then the guidance and what I ended up doing was just leaving that and doing what I felt like doing in the moment, which was the reading instead of the other things. I also had like a really weird candle placement, and so I've written something dangerous but fun and new. The candle was like placed up there on my tripod thing, and it seemed like I shouldn't be doing this, but it's really fun and I've never done it before. So you may be seeing something as more precarious than it actually is. With this lots of anxiety, it's like there's something that you're fearing. It's like you're seeing all of this as fire, as red, as dangerous, but actually it's red as in good luck. It's vibrancy. Because the thing with the candle was like, it in my mind I was wondering, what if it falls? Or what if the wax drips? And it's like, okay, well, if it falls, the fire is so small it will just extinguish, and if the wax it drops on the table, there's no biggie. So it could also be that if you bring more logic to the situation, you will easily be able to calm your mind. It doesn't feel like something too major, it just feels like something to breathe through. Or something that a pick a card reading like this would really help, because It feels like just bringing ease to some chaos. Okay, what else have I written? Appears more dangerous than truth. Oh yeah, I was listening to music and the quote, I want to say, so there could be some quotes or lines from movies that, it doesn't have to be from movies, but that just came to mind, that feel relevant for you. So there's a little bit of a call to take note of like what is continuously coming into your mind. But yeah, the song lyrics stood out to me. You can't deny the voice inside. And even right now as I'm speaking, I'm feeling kind of jittery and more worried about myself, or more concerned. I feel really on edge, and like my voice is like a bit shaky. I feel more I feel like I'm worried, but I don't even know what I'm worried about. So I feel like if you do enjoy meditating, that energy would have a lot of ease at this time for you, because it feels like your worries are something that can be easily I heard quenched, softened. Yeah, there's a call to bring softness to yourself. The song with those lyrics, "You can't deny the voice inside," was by Diamante, called Haunted. And when I wrote Diamante, I got drawn to the word ant within that. And that felt like so small. It's something, I got the feeling that maybe you're feeling very small. So take that as you will. Like that could be where this feeling of anxiety is coming from. Feeling like it's not okay to be yourself. It's not okay to take up space. Maybe for some of you, it's not, you feel like it's not okay to exist, and that feeling of existence brings like a trembling to you. So that breathing in and feeling all of existence in and out, and feeling stillness, I feel like, because it's not stillness itself, it's what you find within that stillness. It's the remembrance of yourself, and that it is okay to exist, and that existence just does exist. Everything just is. Yeah, I feel like it will bring you clarity of mind. And I feel like clarity of mind isn't even what you're seeking, but it's what you'll find. I feel like what you're seeking, not necessarily from the mind, but maybe after this reading, you're seeking peace, or to be calmed. And well, yes, that will have an effect on your emotions. There wants to be a draw to how this will affect your mind. Yeah. Because I feel like that's where all this is coming from, and I keep wanting to like take my hand to the top and bring it down, and I feel like that's what your guides or beings that you feel you can trust are inviting you to do, because it's kind of taking your energy from the top of your head, or the top of your being, top of your energy, and drawing it down, grounding it. And that might be what the fear is, especially with this being red and that being associated with the root chakra. You may feel like that is what you need, that red, that safety, that it's okay to be in body, it's okay to be in existence, whatever that is for you. And it feels like a full stop there. There's no need to like try and convince yourself of that. It's just tapping into that energy, because that's what I was gonna say, was that it feels like that's what's needed from you, or for you, more like for you, to ground, to come back down, to be in presence with yourself as yourself. Oh, that my voice is really trembling in this. And yet that's what you need, and yet that's what you fear. And there's no need to overcomplicate that. It's bringing your awareness to that fear, that you do have that experience, and that's why you haven't been fully being still, perhaps, or fully feeling in your body or in the presence of who you are, bringing awareness to that fear, and then allowing yourself to still connect to that presence of self, because with your mind now you can understand, you can bring awareness to that this is a fear, that it's not the truth, and you can bring yourself into that state of love and peace within what you do know is the truth, tapping into that energy of it is safe. And it's not even that it is safe, it's like, this doesn't feel like something you need to convince yourself of. It feels more like something to simply tap into and nothing more. Like when I said earlier, full stop. It's like, it is okay, full stop. You don't need to try and find why it is, or why you think it isn't even. Usually I would call you to question why, because that's what I'm like, but in here it doesn't feel like there needs to be overcomplication of anything. You don't need to find out why. Just be in that presence of self. If that's what you want. That's what this message is about anyway, yeah. I'm just thinking how I feel very self-critical right now. So I feel like that might be clarifying for you to hear that you have that energy of being very critical of yourself. Again, it's like I don't want to give guidance or talk more on that. It's just bringing your awareness to the truth. It's not good or bad. It's not I must do this or this. It's just, okay, this is what I'm experiencing. Okay. I also heard or started saying, how far can I go? Because I was wondering how much detail I can go into, because I felt like there was so much. There's so much that I could say with you. But I also felt like it wasn't necessary. And I put hee because I read how much detail can I get into here? That's what I meant. Not read. Yes, read. I wrote that. I wrote here, but then I read it as hee. So there's a little bit of a call to shift your perspective on presence and bring a bit more play and lightheartedness. It's like bringing a bit more detachment into presence, like allowing yourself to ground through not pushing for it, but just allowance of it. Yeah, it's like you won't ground by trying to push yourself down, you'll ground by releasing. Something that seems like it should be / ordinarily. I'm trying to remember what that is. Oh, right, ordinarily overwhelming. Yeah, hadn't got to the next part yet. Yeah, that's what this is. I feel like you're trying to draw conclusions, but maybe not so mentally like that, just in some energetic form. You're drawing conclusions from the first sentence without getting to the second yet. Maybe that is about, like, how to be yourself. Like, you're trying to wonder, how do I be myself? But the answer, or who is myself, the answer comes once you've been yourself. It's like you're trying to figure out how to be yourself, or who you are with, yeah, it's like more like you're trying to figure out who you are, or something along these lines, without being who you are. And that's what that releasal is. It's the releasal of the control of how or what, and it's the simple being. Just allow yourself to be rather than trying to figure out how to be. So the actual message was something that seems like it should be, or ordinarily is, overwhelming, but it isn't. It's gentler, it's loving. Which kind of goes with all of that message of, you feel like it's fire, you feel like it's painful to be in yourself, to be yourself, but actually when you allow yourself to be that, it's much gentler. You'll find love. Yeah, without trying to, it's just simply, it's already there. There's no, yeah, this is what the to-do list, checklist thing is. It's like you're trying to find out how to be yourself, but, or, yeah, you're trying to find out how to be yourself or how to be loving, but it's already there. You don't need to look, or you don't need to create it, because it's already present. Yeah, you are ever present. So no matter what you do, you're already there. Yeah, bringing that to the root chakra and grounding, it's like you're actually already grounded, but it's bringing your awareness to the fact that you are grounded, because everything of experience is just that perspective. It's not really truth, it's just what we see as truth, as a kind of distorted truth that we call life. Okay, final point is everything just falling into place. Yeah. It was an interesting like juxtaposition from all of this felt very muddled at the top, and then suddenly there was just an energy of that's it. There's no more. That's it. And it's like, it's not falling into place because it wasn't already in place. It's falling into place because you're seeing that it already was in place. Okay, I think that's it for the collective reading. So I love you very much, and see you at your other piles if you are in one of them, or 2 of them, or 3 of them, or 4 of them. And yes, I think that's all I have to say. Bye bye. Okay, let's move Mr. Labradorite out the way. Watch out. Pile 0. Check. Let's do the check that you were wanting. That's not confusing, is it? There could be something about the number 3 also. Okay. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I kind of want to get a card for the people remaining here. It's like there are way fewer of you now. Most people have gone. I can feel it. I love it. Let's move this out of the way. Is that? Yeah, there's 3 again. Oh no, there's 4. I was going to say there's something about the number 3. There is something about the number 3, but maybe that was... Oh, I'm kind of seeing this as an extra tick. And that's kind of like what was hiding. There's a 4th thing hiding. With allowance at the back, yes. Allowing things to just fall into place. Actually, let's move that out. That's in the past now. How do we want to take this? I kind of feel like muddling them up. Yeah, again with the same energy of like, you can muddle it up and they'll all still be there. Being less harsh and critical on yourself. Yeah, this feels like more of the... It feels like more of an attention on being less self-critical in this. The few of you here. Okay. Prosperity, throat chakra, authority, Gaia. You guys, I felt that immediately. You feel more powerful. You feel like you have a purpose and you're here to do it. You feel like you're ready for something and that there's no more wait. With the Gaia card at the back, oh, interesting. I'm going to read that. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our Great Mother and to the universe that birthed us all. There's so much about leadership here, because when I read that, I saw the Great Mother, and I saw that more as you. And, you know, it doesn't need to be that you resonate with that term mother, but it's an energy of authority. It's an energy of higher influence, of caretaking for others. And you may find that that comes a lot through what you have to share, what you have to speak on. The blue flower of life supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. Peace and balance. I'm being drawn to how these two feel like light blue, or even though it doesn't look like light blue, and I wasn't going to say that, but light blue could be significant. And also the number 5 is sticking out to me too. So, and this is 1, and this is 1, and this is 9. Okay. That's a lot of shifting energies here. Okay, so yeah, because I feel like you're about to step into a whole new wave of caring, but I wanted to say the word collective. So how you relate to whatever collective you resonate with, that is taking a huge shift for you. And it doesn't feel like a shift of it could be a shift in how you physically approach. Yeah, it is. It's a shift in how you physically interact with this collective that you feel like you are an authority within or surrounding, you're a caretaker of. That shift physically, practically, but it's also very much internal of how you feel you relate to them, or to that, to this. There's a perspective shift on how you have always related also, and by that I mean the dynamic you've always had, something that you've always carried within you, the sort of, yeah, I feel like it's your sense of peace and balance. I feel like there is a sense of wellness that you have always carried. And when I say always, take that for however span of life you want to think of that. I was thinking in terms of how most humans would see a current lifetime. But you can take that for many lifetimes or a section of this one. However you feel the term, you've always been at peace. Or you've always had peace to share. Yeah, however you want to take that. I want to read authority now too. Maybe we'll read prosperity after also. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. That's what I didn't finish saying. These two are light blue, but these two are orange. And there's also a lot of green flowing throughout. Oh yeah, and this is green and orange also. Okay, so it's like the combination of all that you have to offer individually is what creates so much allowance. And I feel like that's what allows others to emerge as themselves. You bring a state of crown. Yeah, it's like your higher awareness of peace and I was gonna kind of dig at that being like higher, but I don't know what to say on that. So that expression that I just held in and of itself could be significant for you. You may feel like you have a lot of energy to share, but you don't know how to get it into motion, or you don't know if people will understand. What is this? Communication. Yeah, maybe you've felt for a while that I sort of heard like you don't know if they'll listen, or you've seen that they won't listen. But what you're not seeing is everything that goes behind all that you say. And also all that they say. Yeah, without judgment. I feel like you're, with this crown, I feel like you're a very clear channel. Sometimes what you say isn't what you are aware needs to come through, it's just what does need to come through. And a part of that mothering energy I'm also viewing as like not needing that confirmation for something about fur could be significant. Like how you relate or how you see your furred friends, maybe. Not needing that reciprocation, not needing that mirror back that what you are expressing is of value. Because with that mother energy, it's like the mother gives and doesn't expect the child to give back, or to the mother doesn't need the child to reassure them that they are being a loving or a valuable mother. They mother because it's in their nature to mother, and they want that for the child, and that's what brings them their own love reflected back. What is this one that keeps wanting to hide? Emergence. It's kind of ironic. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. I feel like that's what you're allowing others to be in. I feel like with the authority card, it's like you've reached, and especially prosperity, you've reached a certain level of prosperity and inner abundance within yourself, inner confidence of self, that you now feel like you're able to hold space. So you can be that space holder for the children. And I feel like if the start of the collective message didn't resonate so much for you, that's because you are here to help those that are in that energy. That might have been an energy that you've just come out of, so sorry if you were like hearing all of it like, I feel like I literally just ended that and now you're telling me I've got all this to do. Maybe that's what the to-do list was for you. It was a fake to-do list. Because theirs, it's like, they had a to-do list, but the way they were going about it was disillusioned, of course. But for you, it's like that you've already ticked the to-do list. Or it's more like you've just got to the state where you've realised there is no to-do list. And there never was for anyone. Okay. Is that it? I'm being really drawn to the orange and the blue in the centre. Yeah, you may feel like you're at a stage of being able to be a very solid pillar for all of that orange around that hasn't yet grounded back into the centre. You hold that reflection of the centre. I just felt a wave of that energy that you hold, and I can't put quite into words what I said in my head, but I basically said, oh, that feels blissful. It's like, it was such a clean and refreshing, clearing energy. Okay, yeah, that's it for the collective specials. See you at the rest if you're there. Bye bye. I don't know if it's because I'm filming differently to usual. Like, for a while I've been filming with the camera facing myself. That makes this feel really weird. Like, I feel so awkward. I don't feel like myself so much. Yeah, this is what that message for you still is. For the, again, fewer down, for those of you who still remain. It's a message that you're bringing through more intentional energies, and they may not be the energies that you personally resonate with, which is why I feel like that collective message was split into two, and why you were second, you were after, I had walked through it, you've walked through it. Yeah. And because you've walked through it, now you get to hold everyone else's hand as they walk through it. And obviously, this is this is only if this is something you're resonating with and desiring to do, but I don't feel like I have to tell you that. Okay. Doop-a-doo. I'm gonna drink some water. Yeah, you feel like water to those who have just come out of the desert. Or who are in the desert. I feel like it's more like that. No matter what the degree of in the desert for them is. Soul nourishing. Okay, pile 1. What was pile 1? This one. Let me read this. Let me do it. I feel so different filming like this. Yeah, it just feels like I'm sharing my messages more now, whereas before it was like I was sharing my essence more. Like I was interacting more, and now it's like my words are interacting more. Okay, welcome in pile number 1. I want to start off by saying I feel like something you're experiencing right now is kind of difficult, or it's something that you are finding hard to understand. It may be that you actually don't want to understand it. There's certainly like an energy of seriousness throughout all of this, so I'll bring your cards out, and this part is going to be yours. It doesn't matter if you can't read it, it's mainly for me to see. Red, I forgot to use that for the collective, I just used a pencil to tick off. And that is also a reoccurring message for you. I forgot to write, I did end up mentioning it, but for your pile, I felt strongly that something was repeating. And that might be what you're afraid of. It might be something that has come into your life or has been presented to you that you can clearly see that it is similar to something from your past. And that is making you be more serious, more discerning. But the message is actually that this isn't something that you need to be so discerning or so serious about. We'll get into that in a bit, but essentially this is more of a blessing than you are admitting. And I also want to give you like a congratulations, because it feels like this is something that's coming in that you've so deserved and that you actually worked really hard at, whether this was an external working or an internal working. This is something to be grateful for, because you've earned that right to be grateful for it. Yeah, it feels very much like you've earned this energy. And I don't even resonate with the energy of earning anything, because I think everything is inherent and we don't need to earn anything. But this I want to say for you anyway. You earned this. Okay, that's what I was skewing around. That energy of repeating. There's something more to that, and I'm now seeing eating. I kind of want to draw on this. Okay, eating. And I want to draw like a burger. Okay, what are your cards? So, orca whale with adventure, dare to do things differently. Yeah, and with orcas, it's also like there's a sense of suspicion. There's such a strong black and white. I feel like maybe you've been tugged around a lot, and you may have been strongly deceived, or I just had like done wrong. And this isn't a message of questioning your past, but this is a question of if you're allowing that perspective or that experience to kind of melt into the present. The Sun and the High Priestess. I'm just gonna check if that's in view. Give me moments. Okay, that juggling noise is my hot water bottle. Yeah, and that's actually an energy that was coming through for the Sun. Where did I write it? And this is probably part of the message, how I'm skipping to the bottom, and you don't feel like you're someone that would skip. You feel like you look at the details and you make sure they're right. You feel like Capricorn energy of like, yeah, it's that energy of doing it right. I feel like you have very high standards and high morals, and that might have been something that others around you didn't have in your past, and that is what you are most suspicious of now. Like, are they gonna live up to my standards? or is this going to live up to my standards? And the energy that's being presented is a definite yes. If you allow it. It feels a very much, this is on the border. Like, it's almost like it hasn't been fully created or grounded yet, and it's within your hands how it will come through. Like, the actions you take are going to dictate what is capable of being molded into, or the sort of expression that it's able to be in. Yeah, your energy is going to influence this. And I feel like you love that. If you felt like on edge when I said that, there's definitely a message that this is something that you'll find a lot of pleasure in, because there's a sense of like juicy power that comes from how much influence over how this thing can be that you can thrive off. This is a very healthy sort of power where it's like you have the ability to be a guiding force, like a creator, a hand, an arm, a vehicle, a molder. I'm not finding the words for that, but it's an energy of you get to enjoy this. And again, I heard the fruits of your labor. There's something you've worked really hard at, whether that be to get to this energy where you can be what this thing, you can be in the right energy for this thing, or whether that be more you have, I feel like that's it. Because I was then going to go on to a more like practical approach, but I feel like this is an internal state particularly that you have reached. So your skill set, your, I want to say vibration, the way that you can now interact with others and with the world is in a, I just heard a kid shout, or kids outside. So it could, and there's the sun here, so this could definitely be the way that you relate to your inner child, or the way that you now can relate to other children. This could also be that the subject is a child, or that could be physically a child or children, or this could be like a creation, like your creative child. But I was getting for some of you that this would be a new partner coming through also. So take that as you will. It's something that I feel like I was going round in circles there, but I've forgotten what the point of that was. Okay, well, I feel like I've said the energy of that at least. It was just going to be a repeating of, yes, you can now hold space for this. Yes, this can come into your life because of the state that you have reached within yourself. Okay. So something about repeating, yeah, we've got that. It's actually not repeating though. It's just that like spiral of, it may seem like it's repeating because it's in the same direction, like it's not up or right, it's in the same line, but it's a whole new wave. It's a new expression of this. It's a more aligned, more in form with itself, more in form with love version of a similar energy. And by similar, it doesn't even have to be that similar. It could literally just be that I'm thinking of like a dog, and this, you're meeting a new dog, and it is also a dog. Like, it's not a hamster, but it's a whole new breed of dog. So depending on how you look at it, you'll see whether they're similar or not, or how similar. Okay, we didn't get the eating part, did we? Oh, wait, actually, that was important later on. Was it with you? Okay, I'm just going to read through all of this and try and get to the part with eating. I feel like that might be why that came up at the start. Okay, eyes kept wandering, but I didn't really want to admit it, so I felt like that's what you were experiencing. Like your eyes kept wandering, but you didn't want to admit that. It could have also been that you didn't mind admitting it to yourself, but you didn't want to admit it to others. Something being given to you, the cards face down in this example, the cards had come out, but I hadn't flipped them over yet to see what they were. So you're being handed the cards, you're being handed your opportunity, but you weren't or you're not wanting to open and see them or touch and take them. And I want to put yet, or like pronounce yet, because the energy I was getting was like, you really want this thing, but maybe you're afraid of turning over that it will be like that past, or you're afraid that you haven't got to the space that you have got to where you can hold it, or where you can mold that into what the kind of thing that you're wanting it to be. So for example, if this is like you really want to have kids, but you're afraid that you're not ready to have kids because of how you were treated as a child, and or how you've been in previous circumstances around kids, you're afraid that you'll be the same as you were before. This could even be like you've had one child and you're aware that you treated them in a way that wasn't of highest benefit, and now you're afraid to have more children even though you feel really called for that, or maybe there's a pregnancy involved. If not, take this metaphorically. And this is a call to say you are a new being. Don't look at yourself like your past you, look at yourself from current you. And I also feel like other people in your circumstances might be able to bring you a lot more clarity on this. People that you trust, obviously, but I feel like you have enough discernment that I don't really need to hone in on that. I feel like you wouldn't ask anyone you didn't trust. I feel like you might not ask anyone full stop, because I feel like this is quite a hyper independent pile. But yeah, getting more readings would feel very relevant for or helpful for you. But I would, in particular, do readings that are talking about seeing like how you are. I'm trying to think of good examples. Just reflection on who you are. Maybe how others view you, or how spirit views you. There's a lot of different picker cards out there for viewing yourself more clearly, because I think that you view yourself lower than you are, or less aligned with love, less able than you are. Okay. And I feel like you still view yourself as very able. So this is like, no, you're able and like plus 10. The reason, or the fact that I wanted to say 10 then could be significant, especially since you're pile 1, which is 1 and 10. Yeah, there's something, you're ready to begin, and it's a new cycle this time, it's 1. Yeah, so with that, yeah, that definitely goes with whether you're ready for something like a new relationship or a new child, that you know that you want it, and that you know that you can or will likely have it at some point, but you just don't know if it's time yet. And you can trust what you see about yourself. You can trust that you are both, because this is the sun and the moon. It's like you can trust that you're both physically capable and emotionally capable. Yeah, and lower down I keep wanting to skip with you. I feel like that's because you are trying to like take all the practical steps, but you've already reached the end. I feel like it's like you've been handed a manual on how to do this well, and you're going from the start reading it all to make sure, but actually you've already like surpassed the level of this book manual that you're reading. And I feel like you know that. Okay. Yeah, you're just like rereading old passages that are no longer relevant. Okay. So, oh yeah, mind, but we'll get to that. Boop, boop, boop. Oh yeah, I wanted the cards all over me / to eat them. There's some, like, this thing that you're wanting, you really, really desire it. Yeah, that's what I'll say with that. Considered others, but it was just the cards. Oh yeah, because I was considering, like, okay, in this energy, I really want to have the cards as energy all over my body, or just my essence, and I really wanted to eat them. And I looked at the other stuff in my room, like at my pencil, everything, to see if it was your energy of, like, you just wanted to take in any energy, but like all of life. But it wasn't. It was very specific. It was specific to this opportunity that you can take or not. Or you, I was hesitant then because it's like, I feel like some of you have the opportunity to take this, but like half take it. But what this reading is helping you to hopefully step into more is fully embracing it. Feeling of being blessed, yeah. This sun card is so vibrant, and yet the High Priestess is so powerfully in that essence of the moon too. You have both halves. There's so much balance here. There could be a lot of fear that, and the orca is so balanced too, black and white. There may have been a fear that you tilted so far to one or the other in the past experiences of this, and this is saying that you're not in that space of like overcompensation, or like you're not too much in your emotions or too much in your head anymore. You're very much holding both, internal and external, masculine and feminine, giving and receiving. Yeah, very mature energy. I want to say more than mature though. It's like it feels very powerful. I want to read this part of the Orca card. It says, what does it say? Dare to do things differently, sing your wild song, manifest your travel dreams. That's funny because I read, that's the part I wanted to read, manifest your travel dreams. But I read it more like choose your dreams. And I couldn't actually find it until I read the start. So there wants to be more confirmation for you that you've done the work. You need to like hear this message over and over, don't you? Because it's the same thing I'm saying. I feel like some of you need to click off this video right now and just be like, you know what? I don't need to hear it anymore. I am ready. That can be your, what do you call that? Like message to self, like affirming to yourself that you are ready, that you don't need to hear anymore. Because I wonder if this reading will continue going on around in the same kind of message. And it's like, okay, until you click off is, I'm just going to keep saying the same thing until you choose it. Was there anything more to that? Oh yeah, that was the message of like, I had to read the start before I could get to the real part. It's like, yes, you needed to experience those previous experiences and you learned from them. And because of what you've experienced, you've now become this. It's like, it's like you got to 3 because you experienced 1 and 2. And you put them together. Yeah, there could be something about that. Especially if this is about co-creation. It's like, I have this and I have this and we put them together to create this. It's like, you can understand what both parties are now. I feel like there might have been like a deep understanding of one party, whether that be yourself or the other. And that was the like overbalance, and now you're at a place where you can hold both with love. And I want to say understanding again. You understand. You get it now. Because I feel like now, even if you were close to, or you do, like, fall into old patterns, it doesn't feel like they can stick anymore. It's like you would just bring, I'm being really drawn to the sun around his head now. It's like you would bring your awareness to that immediately. And the owl I'm being drawn to now also, and the water card. Water card, that's interesting. So wise and seeing. It's like when an owl screeches, it's not mistakable. And that's what signs and like the I'm not sure what to say for this. It's like there's a really easy word that I'm just not getting. What is the reason for that? What's the message in that? I'm also seeing how this is really high up in the air and this is really low down. You won't lose your connection to spirit, and you won't lose your connection to logic or groundedness. I'm really being drawn to the feathers now too, and that's interesting because it's like bringing the feathers from higher to lower, and they're all different colors also. I feel like you'll gain so much from both parties, from both, whether that be like the opportunity or within yourself. Both parts are able to not only be in balance, but both parts of you are also able to expand through this opportunity, like significantly. Yeah, both the mind and the heart. Yeah, a lot of like never. Yeah, this is reminding me of a card from the other day. Never seen before combinations. So much freshness and newness. And you've already integrated it, is what it feels like. You've already integrated the future into your present. Okay, let's go back to the page. The feeling of being blessed. Yeah, it just felt like this sun energy and the high priestess. It feels like so much love coming in, and I'm being now drawn to how her head looks like the sun. I'm not sure how that's significant yet, but there's something about recognition. Like, you already recognize that this is a blessing. Something really feels, someone's hair could be significant also. It could, this is for some of you. Someone's hair might remind you of your own hair, or someone's hair might like feel like home to you, or feel like the sun, like it glows, or like it might stand out. Like I'm seeing how this is the high priestess card, and yet her head is the sun. Something might also feel out of place, but actually it's not something to be suspicious of. It's actually a part of that coherence, a part of that. I heard mystery. It's a part of those that like expanded bits, the feathers that were all different. It's a part of the expansion. It's a part of the blessing. Yeah, so something that you may be seeing as more of a suspicion is actually more of a blessing. Something really feels like you're being gifted something. I kept being really drawn to the pose he's in, and it's like welcoming it in, and I felt like it was like, I'm honored. It feels like you're really honored by this opportunity. It's like, if you choose to see this in the grandness of all that it is, you feel The word humbled came to mind, but I don't really want to use that. You feel gracious. It is just the feeling of you feel so blessed by this. It is the feeling of this opportunity, this experience, whatever this energy is, having just fallen into your lap. And that's also what the guidance is, to allow this to fall into your lap. It's so meant for you, like unmistakably so, and you feel this. And this is just a reiteration of that mind, body, and heart all agree, which was just that sun and moon. Is warm and cool. Yeah, I kept being really drawn to the warmth in this background, and then also how this felt very galactic and like very ethereal feeling. It's like I don't want to quite say cool, even though I did write that. Like cold, cool, like refreshing. It's like it might have elements of that, but it's not. It feels more invigorating than the word cool comes off as. Or cold. Or refreshing. It's like it has more stars in it than that. Yeah, and that goes again with the message of how you're already ready, because it's like you don't need to be refreshed. There's nothing to cleanse. There's just more to add to. Yeah, you're ready to add to your life. I wonder if for a long time you've been releasing and now you're finally ready to add. And I don't actually want to say finally. I feel like that's what you'd be saying, but I feel like you've been ready for longer than you're admitting. Or maybe to me it just feels like that because there's such a groundedness of this energy of being ready that it, to me, as the reader reading your energy, feels like it's so stable that I would read it as having been there for a long time, enough to ground so solidly. It may be then from that message that this has been like in the works, like it has been grounding for a long time, but now it's grounded. All paths led you here. Yeah, I was kind of seeing these like tree branches coming off, and it felt like everything came back to now. Everything led you to this opportunity. Or that maybe be how you're feeling about it. Also, maybe that this opportunity feels like it was led to you too. That might only be relevant for some people. I just heard the word cooperation. Some lots were ominous. Yeah, all paths led you here, but it wasn't all easy. There was a feeling with this owl that there was a lot that you had to watch out for, or there was a lot you had to learn. And yeah, lots were ominous, which was an interesting phrasing. I was also drawn at the end to how her belly was exposed in this, and that felt like you might feel particularly seen through this experience, like it really fits you, and that you're able to be more authentic because of this experience. You're able to feel more like yourself. And I also noticed, I put, oh my god, she has wings, because behind her like cloak are wings, or long feathers at least, and I had never noticed that, and now I'm even noticing the black of like these smaller wings trailing right the way down, which feels again quite masterful. Like it, yes, they're small black wings behind her, but they have grown all the way to surround her entire body and exceed her body. I just got the energy of like grandparents then. I'm not sure how that's relevant. Maybe Kronos and Rhea could be gods that you gained some energy of recently or from here. They could have messages for you. Has a better wording. Yeah, that was it. And then I put a dot to kind of end your reading. And then after I had put the dot, I wanted to write something sudden yet feels right. And I really emphasized the right. And I put that because it felt like all of this had come through very quickly, or well, actually not even quickly, but just like all of this had come through and it was all one chunk and like all one message of an opportunity has come and you're being called to embrace it. But it ended so suddenly. Like once it was done, it was done. Like that's it. There's no more to the message than that. Is an energy of it being that simple. Sacred geometry could have messages for you also. Don't fear the return, I heard that. The return of this type of experience. Because it feels like this is so something that you desire. Something sudden yet feels right. I feel like that will click for a lot of you. And if it doesn't, then just leave it. Okay. Circles also could have something, but I feel like that's just like that spiral energy. Continual evolution, continual return to self, continual expansion, continual creation. Okay, I'll leave you at that, pile number 1. That was a fun reading to do. Namaste. See you in another pile if you're in another pile or another universe or another energy reading, whatever. Bye bye. Take this off. Ah, pile 3 is showing. Ba-down. Welcome in, pile number 2. Your energy feels so fresh, so vibrant, so playful. Okay, and that was just from not even all of that I've written, but that will go hand in hand very much. But that was just from me immediately putting your card down and getting into your energy. I feel like you're so cheeky, or you're embracing this energy a lot recently, or others view you like this. This could also come off a lot as a reading of how others see you. But I feel like you see yourself this way too. Or it's such a strong energy that it would surprise me if you don't see this about yourself. Okay, so your cards are Sea Turtle Protection. You are Master Finding Life's Flow. You feel so in flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You will have everything you need, is what I read, but it says you have everything you need to be protected and happy. Yeah, that final sentence of you have everything you need to be happy. Apparently, who needs the protection part? It goes very well with what I've written for you. We'll get to that. And 4 of Wands. I'll show that pretty card. Hope you can see that. I don't know, I can't see the camera. Okay, so your energy immediately made me write big. And I had no reason to write that. It just, that word fits so well for the like sheer like mass of energy that you have. Oh, and I also put then like big, blonde and beautiful, side glance, raccoon, gua. Your energy made me so playful, and it just made me want to like keep trailing off into random thoughts and random things that aren't to do with anything that a reading would be about, and just I felt like I could just play with you and just be myself. I want to say you also have a bit of an energy of, though you feel so playful and so embracive of your own inner child, you have a bit of an energy of like unreachability, like you're often your own experience, like it's like the feeling of your aura is so bold or so vibrant that it's a little bit blinding. So you may resonate with being one who loves to interact and loves to play. And there's 4 whatever these creatures are on the card. So you may love interacting with others, but you may feel quite alone also, because there's an energy of not a lot of people can like vibrate with you, which is really interesting for me that I'm saying this, because as I was channeling them or getting the message for you like before, and I'm also noticing I'm finding it really hard to speak with you, so there could be something around that. Maybe we'll get into that, or maybe that's just a small message for some people. What was I on about? Yeah, and this is relating to the first or the second. Yeah, everything is like really in chunks. I'm finding it really hard to express myself, which is so that's what I was trying to say before, is this is I'm in a completely different energy now than how I felt when I was writing this about you. And that could be how you feel when you're with others. So on your own, you feel very, very energetic, confident, like you can be your most playful, vibrant self. But when it comes to others, either they just don't get this about you, or you don't feel like you can express that part of you. I'm gonna get more cards. This has taken a different turn. Feels fitting to use a self-created deck for you because you feel very creative. Home and Willow want to pop out. 4 of Wands can talk about home also. So maybe you only feel safe at home, or maybe you don't feel like you have a home, or you don't. I feel like it's that an essence of like comfortability. And it's also very authentic, like that home card, I don't usually see it like feeling at home. I usually see it more like the home that I come from. So it's like authentic energy to your soul. So with that relating to you here, it could be that you find it hard to be yourself. Is that full stop? Is that the energy? Okay, do we ask a question? I want 2 cards, or like 2 sides. I want to see, I'm going to do with yourself and then with others, because I feel like that's what this is on about. They came out when I said, or do, in my head, or do correct me if this is about something else. So we'll see. Another universe, and then Lemuria, and yeah, things feel like messy, like you have a very confusing energy. Because at the start, one of the things that I clearly thought to myself was, oh, you feel like you have a very clean energy, like things just pop into place. I took this piece of paper out from the notebook and it felt so clean and fresh. And actually that might be how you're feeling, like you've been taken out of where you belong, like a fish out of water kind of thing. Yeah, and another universe is like you feel like you're not even from here. Lemuria and Sirius A is such high vibrational energy. I feel like you just might feel like there's not a lot that you can find belonging with where you are. This is so weird to me. What is your energy? Because I literally wrote the whole page on a very specific energy, which was far more about just how you're playful, how you go with the flow. And we'll probably get into that, I presume. I presume I didn't write it for no reason. But what wants to be talked about now is that you're not in this. It's like pile 2, all that I wrote, that's who you are, but you feel like you can't be that. You feel like you don't have the space for that. For a select few of you who chose pile 1 or the second part of the collective reading at the start, this could be an energy that you're here to caretake. Like, this could be that opportunity. Like, this could be your child. Something along those lines. Take that if it resonates. Otherwise, we'll just carry on like this is normal. You may feel like you just don't belong here. Like, you're not from here. It could also be a very simple message of confirming that you don't come to this realm often, and that you are from another universe, or you are highly connected with Lemira and Sirius A. It's all so very clear, very clean. It's so see-through. It could also be that you do embody all of this authenticity, but that feels like a but here, even though that's like the complete opposite of the energy I was getting from here. I need to get a confirmation because I'm unsure, and I feel like that's your energy. Like, are you wondering if you're being authentic? There's definitely, you carry a very strong vibration of authenticity. Like, you are just your soul and nothing more. If any of you need confirmation that you're empathic, this could be it, because there's an essence of, if you ever feel distorted, if you ever feel like you're carrying burdens, I don't think they're yours. So in an essence, that is the burden that you're carrying, that you're holding on to others. If that makes sense. It's like, you could be... Okay, so this is it. It's like, your energy is clarity, or your energy is clear. So if there's any color within it, that's not yours. And you feel like a very like colorful person, so that doesn't really make sense, but it's those words, take them how you think. Yeah, I feel like I'm learning to talk. Some of you also could be like extremely young watching this. But, or maybe that's more just a confirmation for that other pile 1s who, like, this is a child of yours that it will take extra care to bring up, because they are very, very pure, and they might need help in being more I can't get like out anything. It's like I'm having a lot of visuals. So you may be a very visual person. You may experience a lot, but you just don't know how to put it into words, because it doesn't seem like there's anything in this realm that matches that which you're experiencing. It's like all of your expression happens on a whole other plane. You also could be like, so like this energy of big, simply put, this energy of big, but it's not big in this realm. It's like it all maybe happens in your mind, or just in another dimension. Some of you could resonate highly with parallel lives, and it could be that you feel very much like a lot of you just isn't here anyway. Like you're experiencing all these other experiences as you're also experiencing this one. This one may just feel like, for some of you, this isn't going to be for all of you, but for some of you, this experience feels like a walk in the park, and you're just kind of living through your other lives. For a lot of pleasure or for various reasons. So we've got the cosmic flower. The frequency of the cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Yeah, this is a reading all about where do you come from? Who are you? Okay, interesting. This one wants to pop out too. Discernment. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Yeah, I'm going to put this over. Okay, maybe we just needed to get that before I could start reading, because what I'm going to read might not feel like who you currently resonate with being, but it will resonate as who you are on a soul level, on your true self. Especially if some of you are feeling quite like in the dark, or you're feeling a lot of low energy and the illusion. There's so many messages here are saying, like, authentically, this is not you. And that can be taken in many different ways, I feel like. But mainly I want to say, it could go two ways. For one of you, in one way, it could definitely be you're picking up on, or in every way, you're picking up on everything that's surrounding you. And you are naturally a very, very clear being. Because another universe makes me feel like it's not able to fully ever exist as itself, as its pure itself within this universe, because it doesn't hold any of the parts that resonate with the parts in this universe. And that goes with the energy of the mirror. I'm just seeing as like the mirror in quartz is just so clear that you can like put the indents ingrained in it, but it will always be clear. It will always be a clear quartz, even if you shape it. So even if this world is like shaping you into something you're not, you're always still you beneath that. Okay, and Sirius A is, if I just compare it to Sirius B, which is very watery, Sirius A is very of light. I heard like squeaky clean. You know how like water can more so like mold into things? It's like, I feel like your energy is so beyond water. Like you may even resonate with water a lot, because we've got turtle here especially, and with that energy of like water does take in a lot of like other emotion, other information, however you want to perceive that word, information. But I feel like you're beyond water. It's like you have way more of like a static energy to you, where it's like you're the air in the room. You're not just like a flowing being that can meld into people and become very similar to them. It's like, no, you are the essence of what you're around. It's so much more potent. I need to drink water now, actually. My throat is really dry. I feel like I really wanted to draw then. Like, it felt like you have an energy that is so in your element. You feel so in your element, and I don't even know what that means. And it kind of feels like it's going against everything that this reading is saying. And I think that's your message, that somehow you feel like everything that is you goes against all the other parts of you, because the real you is everything. The real you is nothing from this space, so it has to just be what it can be from this space. This is such a cool energy to tap into. Okay, something about forward movement too. progression. You're here to move through energies, not to become stuck as any one being. So if you find yourself not knowing who you are, or trying to find, this kind of goes with the collective at the start. If you find yourself trying to find who you are, this is a particular message for this group of who you are can never be found, because you, or at least not within such a restrained environment as the one you're currently experiencing. And your most authentic way of being within this reality, whatever that is for you, is gonna be through just experiencing all that you are in the moment as it changes, because I feel like you're going to experience a lot of changing and continue. I feel like you can forever find who you are because of back that energy of you're everything. You feel so connected to source, and yet I have a source card within this deck, kind of, somewhere. It's called Circle. It basically means source. Okay, it doesn't want to come out though. So it's not that you're a... See, again, it's like I'm confused with who you are. Because all that felt like you were going to be everything. Like you're very just connected to source or God or whatever you want to call that. All that is energy. And yet that doesn't want to be brought through. So what are you? You're very contradictive. I'm going to read the messages that I wrote down before. See, I felt like I was flowing then when I got into more of the cards, when I went away from the intended message, but whenever I go back to talking about this, that feels like where the struggle comes. You may feel like also you find it hard to express yourself when you're, or live. You find it hard to live when there's something you need to do, or something that you're trying to do, or like any sort of focus. It feels like you can't exist with focus because you're like the opposite of one, like, or like two. You're the opposite of like detail. You're everything. You take up the whole room. You don't just take up a part of it. Like with me more just straight channeling talking with you, as opposed to looking at the details of what I've written. There can't be focus with you. I feel like that's too hard. I feel like you're very like peripheral vision as opposed to whatever that other vision is called. Yeah. I feel like going back to that turtle message of like, there's nothing you need to be happy, because you can find happiness in everything. And I feel like if you are trying to find happiness in a something, that's when you'll lose that happiness, because your happiness doesn't come through any one thing. It comes through everything, or it comes through the experience of one thing, but not the one thing itself. It's the experience of it. Okay, I'm gonna get into... We're gonna try and get into this paper. Are you gonna let me? We'll see, but I shall try. That might be how other people feel about you too. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna ever be able to understand pile 2, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, that could be a strong message actually, because at the very start, I also want to know, I'm using pencil for you, even though I had a red for pile 1 and I intended to use red. This pencil feels so much gentler and so much more forgiving. Like I can just rub this out and it has less meaning. Again, which kind of feels like you, like your meaning is in your meaninglessness. You could have Gemini placements too, but I was feeling, yeah, because it doesn't feel so much Piscean. I was going to say Piscean because it's a like connection to everything, and I was also feeling like you would be able to express yourself through art very well, which is very Piscean, but it feels more like a Gemini in energy, or Aquarius even. No, it's too still for It might be too still for both of them. See how I'm saying, like, even or Taurus? I'm like in my head going through all the signs, like, oh, you could be that one or that one, and obviously that's a very limited perspective in are you this sign, because we are born with every constellation in the sky, but with astrology certain ones are usually highlighted. Where is I going? That's the whole point. Where are you going? You don't need to know. You don't need a map. I'm still not talking about this paper. What was I saying? I didn't finish one of my points. Okay, that's fine. We can leave that. Yeah. It was something about Gemini though. But why? You may be asking yourself, but why am I this way? There may be struggles that you're going through, and this is a confirmation or bringing awareness to why there's struggles in the first place, is because you're not made for it. You're not made that way. Because your authentic way of being is in alignment with so much freedom. The example I'm getting is like a child at school who finds working really, really difficult, and this is a message of you're not wrong to find it difficult. It's just who you are, in that what you find easy, what you align with, who you are, is so much more expansive, expressive, and fluid than that. And that word fluid does fit for you very well, so much that I want to write down fluid. But it also doesn't fit for me, again, because it's kind of like an energy of like going from one thing to the next, like going from this to over here, but you don't feel like you move. It feels like you jump, like you're here and then you're here. There's no motion between. You feel very like timelessness. I'm hearing like the fraction of a second, but I don't know what that means. It's like a time stop or a frame of being. Like you're the frames, you're not the motion between them. Or you're only the motion between them and never the frames. I kind of like that. Whee! Okay, let's get to reading. I wonder how this will resonate with you now. Okay. I heard, "Do you even want me?" and invasive thoughts at the start, even though that was a very different energy to the rest of it. That was like the first thing that came up, and that goes with actually all that we've been talking about, and which could go with that difficulty that I touched on. You could be having the feeling of like, am I even worth it? Am I like, you may be really questioning your value, because you might not be living up to the standards that other people around you are having. I feel like for a lot of you, you could be relating this with your parents. Like your parents or caregivers could have a lot of expectation on you being a certain way, and you don't meet them, and that makes you feel like you're worthless. And this is such a strong energy of your worth is not in their expectations. Your worth is in who you are, the real you, the natural, amazing you. Everyone isn't supposed to fit the same box. In my eyes, in my personal eyes, everything exists, and so your form of existence is just in its place. And it's not about trying to mold that into any other form of existence, because that exists in its own right. You are you, and nothing can change that. You just are you, and that's not wrong, that's right. Even if I don't believe in a right and wrong, because there just is. It's just, you're just you, and that's perfect. And no one should change that, in my opinion. So the fact that I'm saying in my opinion, maybe That's a call to question, what's your opinion? And I feel very fiery now, like I want to put my foot down. So I feel like there's energies that are going against you or trying to tell you that you're not okay, whether that be expressively or in action, saying that it's coming through energetically, at least. I feel like it might vary for all of you how clear it is that you are being projected onto as not okay in who you are. But I feel like it will resonate with you, that feeling of, even if you can't see how others are making you feel this way, I think others are making you feel this way. Like it's not okay to be you. And your message is that it is okay to be you. So those things that you feel like you can't do well enough, or that you don't live up to the standards that you feel you should be living up to, all of that is just a projected expectation, and it's not from you, it's not from truth, it's not how you feel about yourself. So this is the call to question, how do you feel about yourself? And make that the important thing. I could go between like importance or important thing. And a lot of this, maybe that's what that Gemini energy, and I wrote raccoon, so I feel like the Gemini energy goes well with that. It could have to do with your expression. Maybe you feel like you don't speak like you're supposed to speak, but your form of speaking is perfect. What is the reason why you can't do or don't do what is expected of you? And find the beauty in that. Because there's always beauty in it, if you want to find it. There's value in everything, so what's your value? Because it's there. Just as much as anything else is there. I don't know if I want to say this. I'll say it. I just got like a strong feeling of like, I just want to punch whoever is telling you that it's not okay to be you. I don't usually think like that. Maybe that's what you're feeling. Okay. Yeah, you might be, but I'm not picking up on that. It's an interesting energy, because I feel like you're naturally very peaceful. And yet maybe it's like more in your mind, because I wasn't feeling like I wanted to punch someone. I just like said it in my head. And that goes with the invasive thoughts also, which is an interesting thing that I haven't tapped into or written before or said, I think. Which is what it felt like. It felt like I'm thinking something and I don't have any attachment to it. So this could be a call to question how much of what you're thinking is actually how you feel, and to differentiate between the both. Is this my thought? Is this my feeling? Yeah, you could be, again, okay, that makes sense to why I was comparing you with like empathy and, well, if you can hear that, that's my belly rumbling a ton. My mind can't get off that now. Something about the water. Yeah, I was referencing you with not being like water, and I feel like that empathy usually goes in line with watery energy, and I feel like you being so airy is like you have more of like mental flexibility. Like you, with the invasive thoughts, like instead of feeling other people's feelings, you think other people's thoughts. So you could be very telepathic. But a lot of people, yeah, I got confirmation with the door about this thing I'm gonna say. The door made a noise. And there could be something significant about doors also. That I just got an image of like people hearing you through the door, and it's, or more like you hear people beyond doors, like beyond this world also. They could also be not just people or the beings that you associate yourself with. It could be a lot of different energies that you hear the thoughts of, or your thoughts are influenced by. What was I actually gonna say? Yeah, I'm noting my belly rumbling to do with the bubbles. Bubbles. Blowing bubbles. I feel like there are beings who do not like you, and it is getting in your head. I wonder if you've begun to not like you because other people don't like you. At least or like a certain person doesn't like you. Because I'm going to tell you, there are lots of people who do like you, because that is what existence is. But, or a lot of beings at least. And people, because I like you. Yeah, that energy of thoughts. My mind is kind of gone now. And I feel like that I'm getting that experience of what you're experiencing. I feel like you pick up on dark thoughts. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That's what the door like made the noise from. You may be telepathic, but you don't know that you are, because they're you've experienced this possibly all your life, and no one has ever brought attention to it, or for some reason it hasn't been a subject of your reality. It's coming in now though, but also because they sound like you, or you my belly's making so much noise. I'm gonna have to eat some food in a bit. There's probably something for that for you too. Like my belly's making so much noise, as in your mind is really getting to maybe a detrimental. It's having a strong effect on you, or there's a lot going on in your mind, or there's just something to do with your mind and the thoughts that you have, that it's getting to the point where you need to do something about it. Like, it's getting to the point where it's time to recognize that these aren't yours, and you don't have to allow them to take over your own space. And there could be a question of how, but I think that it's not so much important of the how, but bringing awareness to the what. So I'm gonna get a card on that, but actually I'm being called to an animal deck. 1 sec, I'll be back. What was I thinking? Saying. This one. Dog. Friend. Today I will love without condition. Yeah, that unconditional love that goes with the energy of, and at the back of the deck is messenger. Which is just like you're receiving messages, but they're not, that it's a receiving. You're not experiencing your own self, you're experiencing other. My belly has not rumbled this much since I was in school. I feel like there was like a phase in school where I don't know, my belly went through a rumbling phase. And I feel like it was just before I left school. And this school energy could have to do with, again, like, you're either a child, or this is bringing you back to your childhood and how you were raised. Maybe this is something that took place in school. Again, going back to that same message of like, it could be similar environments to school also, just like around a lot of people. It's like you take their thoughts into, not just your own. So bring awareness to what your thoughts are and where they've come from. Simply the questioning of, is this mine? And it can also be like, is this something I want to attach to? Okay. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. Yeah, the dog energy goes really well with your the rest of your energy, which was just so childlike, so playful. Yeah, I feel like that could be also the energy that you've been put down for being so carefree, for being so happy. You may be questioning, is it okay for me to be so enthusiastic, to be so joyful, to be so carefree, to love this much? Yes, it is okay. It's a blessing. Because your whole reading before, the energy was all like, you are such a light and you uplift and inspire so many. If we skip down to here, I put, you just made me light up just observing you. And that's how I felt like so many others view you. Like, you warm so many people's hearts. I can't help but smile. Like, during writing this, I was just smiling so much at the pure, the love, just that you. I don't feel like I want to describe it. It's just you. You made me smile and want to draw smileys. And there was such a fluidity, like, your love feels so unconditional. Because I felt like I could just flow. I could just be myself. But it wasn't even that. It's more like you brought me out of the dark. It's like, especially after pile 1 was like more of a serious energy, and then channeling yours, it lit me up. The difference was grand. Okay, so going back to the start, very excitably all over the place. Yes, you were like zooming around. It felt like your energy was I want to say like every crystal possible. And like the drawing of them all together, like not just every crystal, but like the connectivity between them all. You could resonate strongly with star energy, and I don't mean star in tarot. I just mean like that shape. That could have something for you. Or like shooting stars. I feel like you're the shooting star for so many. I feel like you bring hope, you light up someone's eyes without trying. And it's like a kind that others, it's involuntary. It's like, it's just immediate. You just are a blessing. Your existence reminds people of that energy of a shooting star. You bring people hope. You bring people like a joy to life. And I think that's in how much you find a joy in living. Maybe, I feel like a lot of this is like, you need reminding of how special you are. And how impactful you are. The words coming to mind are like, you matter. And I can, like, I can so clearly see that, because just me channeling your energy, like me, this one single being, I was so inspired by you. And it was a highlight of my morning. When I was putting the piles down, I face downwards once I had written all of them. I was looking over them thinking like which one would I choose if I was to choose one? And I kept feeling like, oh, I really, really want to choose pile 2. And it was just because your essence was so beautiful, and because it was the best feeling one. It was the lightest one. Yeah. So that's just a little tidbit. So very excitably all over the place. Yeah, because you could feel like you're all over the place, or people might say you're all over the place, and you may have taken that in like a negative way because maybe they see it in a negative way. But the fact that I put very excitably, it's like, but that's a good thing. I feel like that's a message for you. Like everything that you feel like is your detriment or your downfall or what others don't like about you, like take that same thing, and it's like you don't need to find any other part of yourself to be like, oh, at least I'm this. It's like, no, that very thing, that is a blessing about you. Like that part of you is amazing. So find that perspective. So yeah, very excitably all over the place like a child. I felt like screaming, but in a good way. Like I just had so much energy and like a love for life that I just wanted to like, very expansive mind and wanting to talk. I can't remember that energy, but I guess that's enough said like that. Oh, I hadn't read the next part. Very expansive mind and wanting to talk about you and your energy, not so much your situation. Yeah. Like, for example, pile 1, I felt like I was telling them all about something within their environment and their relationship to that. Whereas for you, I just want to focus on you. Yeah, and yours is like, no, let's take your focus from these other perspectives and back onto you. Because this is the truth of you. The truth of you is wonderful. And the projection of that is probably not allowing you to see the truth of who you are. Or I want to say like not the truth of who you are, but I want to leave it more open than that. Like it's not allowing you to be. But that isn't like a definite thing. That's just when you bring awareness to the fact that that's happening, then you can shift your energy and you can allow yourself to be, as opposed to keeping yourself in feeling like your environment has that power over you, and you can, well, remember your power. As cringy as that may sound, yes, you have the power to find your own value, to feel your own value, to allow yourself to be that which you do value. Very expansive mind and wanting to talk about you and your energy. Yeah, very scattered, like boom boom boom. But I put boom boom broom, and that's again, it's like that it's that perspective shift of like, yes, you're very scattered and that is magical, and it's like the fact that you are like here, there and everywhere means that you're like dropping all these specks of magic. Like I'm seeing this broom like you, and you're flying everywhere, and the you that is so magical is dropping all this magic onto every place that you go and experience. I don't necessarily believe this, but I feel like the energy of it is very relevant. It's like, that's why you are who you are, because it allows you to spread that much love, that much joy. If you were more fixed, it wouldn't allow so many people to be uplifted by you. Yeah, it's an energy of, I want to say, you were made right. And not only were you created in the perfect way for this experience that you're having, you allow so many others to have that much better of an experience in themselves. Okay, why are you even here? That was me just laughing. Can you hear my belly rumble? It's so loud for me. and maybe that has to do with this like downward thing too, the fact that I'm saying it, because my belly was rumbling the whole time, but I wanted to say it then. You're very skilled, particularly with your hands, I felt. And I felt like drawing more with you, so you could be a great drawer. That might be something that that could also be something that you feel like you need to box in and do it a certain way, but this would be a reminder that you can draw in whichever way you want to draw. Yeah, so this pardon, I need to burp now. My body is just like going all over with your energy. Again, my like chest wants to like gurgle. Weird. Okay. You know what it is? It's like it's bringing my awareness to what is possible within my body. Yeah, possibility. I feel like you open people's eyes to what is possible. So yeah, I put why are you in here, because it felt like you were just like a little munchkin gremlin who came in to raid my readings and just like be there. It's like, it wasn't about me writing any one message. It was just like, okay, I'm just gonna channel your energy and see what you are. And I feel like that's, if you resonate with finding a purpose in life, I feel like that's your purpose, to just be here. I feel like there's not something so particular that you're here to do or create. It's more about you just being you and going everywhere and experiencing everything that you want to experience and being all the different versions of yourself and just like lighting up this life that everyone gets to be connected with, that everyone is connected with. You just feel like such a joy that just being around you is, I want to say that word blessing. It's like, you're a blessing. You're such a blessing. You make people's lives better. It's like, you're the candy. Like, you're the, like, the spark in the day, or you're the reason. I feel like that's it. It's like, your energy is the reason why people want to live. It's like, maybe if you have so many things you want to experience, you can resonate with the energy of like something being so magnetic and you just want to try it and experience it and be around it, or you just want that, or that thing lights you up. That is the reason to exist. And I feel like you are that for so many. Like, you experiencing you is a part of the reason why they love existing. That belly rumble reminded me of Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. / University. So that could be relevant somehow. Okay. You're like a child, making me light up, just observing you. Yeah, we read that. So I circled this part because it felt like the main message was, this is a, or that was like a side message actually. This is a little reminder that you're right about your creation / collab. It will be successful / keep at it / patience. Keep playing. Which literally kind of goes against what I was just saying, which was that you just do go everywhere and there's not like something that you're here to create. There may be something that you, which again goes with your energy very well, of like contradictions. Yeah, there may be something that you, or some things that you're creating or have created, but there felt like an energy of like waiting on it, or it's not fully grounded. So this is an energy to that that it is fruitful and that you see light in it, and thus there is light in it, because you wouldn't be seeing what you see in it if it wasn't there. Okay. Hands keep playing. Yeah, the keep playing was kind of like so just don't stress over it and keep doing you in the meantime while you continue at it. I think I saw the Knight of Pentacles card pop out with that. So it's like, slow and steady wins the race. Like, keep at it while you're living your life, but don't let it bog you down, and keep enjoying it. Or just keep enjoying life as this blooms in its own time, kind of thing. Timing. You may feel, or you may seem scattered to others, running in any direction, but you know the art of divine timing. Ripe harvest. Yeah, it felt like you were unsure about this creation and if it was ever going to come to be. And this was confirming that trusting that it will be when it will be, and that there's something, like, again, that star energy of like divine, just divinity, of divine timing, being guided, everything being exactly as it should be, and trusting that and having patience. It felt like that was a strong message for you. I've put so open, you are so inspirational, the way you live so freely and creatively. Nothing you need to be, we touched on that already. There's nothing you need to be happy, but I wanted to put to be happy in brackets because it felt like there's nothing you need, and that just goes with the energy of like, you just are. And I feel like you find that as existence, like you may love meditating. I feel like that could go either way for you. Like, you either adore it and it's just bliss because it's just feeling all that is, it's just experiencing. It's like nothingness. You could love void energy. Void, let me write that. Void. Hey, I've gone to red now. Yeah, see, you're such a contradiction. I feel like anything someone says about you, you could agree, but also have a million points as to why it's not true also. So yeah, you could love meditating and that essence of nothingness and everythingness and void, but you also I feel like could hate that because you're like, but that's like one essence, or that's being in stillness and nothingness, and I want everythingness, and I want to go like here, there, and everywhere, and not be in one thing. So maybe you love both, or both love and hate it. Do I even need cards? That's what I was wondering. Yeah, I wrote like all of this before getting your tarot card, and the animal card came way later. And for you, yeah, it just felt like, again, the message of like, there is no message. This is just celebrating the joy of existence, the joy of home, of what it means to feel at home with yourself. Because I feel like your home is so much to do with play and non-attachment. It's like the energy of excitement, I think, is probably the most you energy. Because it's not thinking, it's just experiencing. The energy I wanted from that didn't really come through. But I saw this and just wanted to draw that. Okay. You could take or leave everything in life. Immense trust. Yeah. I felt like that energy of trust really came through with the fact that you're very patient about this thing that you're creating, if that is relevant for you. But if you're not creating something, it's just a trust that you have in the flow of everything in life. I feel like you're very, very connected to source, to flow, to just purity, to... There's so many words I could fit in there. Trust. You have... I'm now hearing the song Entertain My Faith. I mean, it's not called that. Holding On To You by 21 Pilots. You could resonate with that. Or it could have messages or an energy that you enjoy experiencing. Yeah, immense trust you have, and I put like a little heart there. No, I tried to put a circle. Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to get at that you're very pure, but actually it's probably more aligned with you're very loving. Because The dog card makes me think of that too. And they are also both dogs generally associated strongly with being trusting and being unconditionally loving. Let's read the dog card and then I think I'll leave. I actually heard let you leave. I've heard people say that before, so then I'll let you leave. That could be significant. That could be not significant. That could like go with your situation, letting someone leave. Or it could be actually more like your energy, like you feel like you feel, it's like the energy of you feel like you're a burden, but actually you're a blessing. Yep, I want you this is just my personal perspective, but I want you to write down something somewhere. I'm a blessing, not a burden. Or I'm not a burden, I'm a blessing. Or just I'm a blessing. Okay, let's read dog. Friendship, protection, discerning, playful, loyal. I tried to merge loyal and reliable there. That could be important. Loyal, reliable, obedient, vocal, brave, constant, love. Oh, constant. Yeah. I don't have words to expand on that, but that might just hit for some of you. Constant. That might be like the word that you most resonate with for who you are. You're a constant. It's like you can't run from anything, even though to everyone maybe that's with that loyal and reliable thing. Like maybe you feel like others don't view you as loyal and reliable, because that's what I was going to say with the constant. It's like other people may think that you're anything but constant, that you're everywhere, like like bouncing everywhere. But it's like no, yes, I am such a constant that I am everywhere, but like I'm everywhere. Like it's just bringing new perspective to what reliability really is, and bringing awareness to that. It's like your love is reliable, as opposed to like maybe some people may view reliability in more like, can I rely on them being in the same chair in 5 minutes? Or however you want to take how others see that expression of the energies, loyal, reliable, and constant, maybe. I was trying to read this again, but then I remembered that it's actually here. Well, yeah, that's like you. You can never, I feel like you're not findable. Like if someone is trying to find who you are, they won't find it. But if they're open and they don't need to know who you are or to find a you, like a definite you, then they can find who you are. When we think of the word dog, it is often followed by the term best friend. Dog people I feel like you're such a best friend. Dog people are some of the best companions any of us have. Those with dog as totem have tremendous capacity to love. Dog people are often found helping others and serving humanity. They have an uncanny ability to know the character of others, sniff out problems, and sense the truth. Dogs have accurate hearing. Oh, acute hearing. Yeah, that could go with like your thoughts are very accurate, and you hear others' thoughts very accurately. And acute hearing. This gift helps alert others to impending danger. If dog is your totem, you are a protector, friend, and playmate. When you don't like someone, you are very vocal about it. You easily forgive the shortcomings of the human family. You are brave in the face of danger. Dog people have a very kind and loyal nature that can be taken advantage of. Watch out for this, and remember to love and protect yourself as well. With dog as totem, you may be drawn to a life of service and will be devoted to your friends and your worthy mission. In the contrary is, have you forgotten to be your own best friend and take care of yourself? Are others taking advantage of your generous nature? You can say no. Have you been barking too much? You can play more. Don't let others abuse your loyalty. they felt very, very fitting for you. I had something to say on something of that. What was it? It was like near the end. Oh yeah, it was just like I mean, all of it felt like a reiteration, but in particular the part of service poked out to me. Like, yes, that's what you're here to be, unconditionally loving. Like, that is your service to the world, or to those that you feel drawn to be of service to, if that term resonates for you. Okay, Pearl 2, I'm gonna leave your reading there. So, I love you very much, and see you in another vibrational essence, time, space, reality. Johnny, bye. And the camera remains on as I pack away, so feel free to just scoot. You know what? For pile 3, I'm gonna go and grab a snack. Question is, do I turn the camera off? I think no. But I don't know if I have any storage. Because then if I turn it off, I have to edit it, and then it takes like another, I don't know, hour to process, which is not long, but I don't know, it's like a thing. Okay. I keep it on and I run and get food. Bye bye! Pile 3! Welcome in. I am in a weird position. I just made myself food. And this is possibly the best avocado I've ever eaten. This is relevant to your reading, I feel. So if you hear me taking breaks, it's because I'm eating during your pile. Okay. Oh, I just tasted coffee. But it's actually prune. Okay. Let's get your cards. You have a very nice energy. It feels very, very in flow, and we'll get into it with the notes that I've written for you. Essentially, I feel like you are extremely intuitive, and that is very much fitting for the sodalite. I also was seeing sodalite as so much deeper than I usually see it, so much beyond this realm. I'm now seeing an image of a black jaguar. You're very tapped in. And I actually feel like the main message that we're going to be talking about for you is your distrust in that tapped inness. I feel like you may have recently experienced something that made you really question yourself, question what you see, or maybe this isn't a particular thing, though I think that will be the case for most of you. If it's not a particular thing, it's in general, you don't see just how accurate of a vision you have, or accurate of like a navigation system. It's about your, saying abilities doesn't quite fit for me here, but I'm being taken back to the avocado again. And maybe it was a bit with the spoon. I chose a spoon that I think I've only ever eaten with once, and it's to do with the fact that I usually see it as my mum's spoon. What is this message? But I wanted to, and now I'm seeing it has some flowers on, roses. I feel like there's other people that usually have more influence over you, or often have more influence over your like awareness of self, or your ability to, because now I'm thinking back to that avocado being the like tastiest avocado I've ever had. It's like other people, you allowing other people to influence your trust of self, your own experience is like hindering you from experiencing something really, really tasty. Yeah, okay, that's the message we're going to go for. Let's look at the cards. So we've got Lion, Higher Calling. Pile 3 is still here, the cheekies. Exactly, yes, there's someone else in your energy. There's like someone else in your ear, but it doesn't feel like in your ear, it just feels like you're taking on, oh yeah, you are so watery. You're taking on what others, it's not so much like direct thinking, it could be, but it feels very manipulative, like, I'll get into that in a bit, but essentially this is going to be all about seeing yourself and your perceptions more accurately. Okay, so we have 7 of Cups, and if you're into tarot, that might go along with what I was saying, in that 7 of Cups can be taken as like illusions, but I was not seeing that in the slightest when I first saw these cards, because I looked at these earlier. Not the lion one, but but these 3, which could go in with the message of like you're seeing some things, or you're acknowledging a part of your ability to you're acknowledging some of your like psychicness, but not the entirety of it. I'm just gonna see how to position these. We have more space than I thought. you have more space than you think. Yeah, because it's like okay, cool. It's like, this is the truth, that your visions, what you see, your potential, because I'm seeing this as like a drawing, like a map that you've drawn, or that you're reading, or that which you lean on, say spirit is reading out to you. You trust that, you know that you can see. Like, some other people may be looking down and not able to see what you are seeing. And even though it hasn't materialized, because Ace of Pentacles is potential for grounded energy. So it's like, yes, you are seeing this potential, and what is potential if not the ability for physicality? Like, it's, and also future. Like, you see the future, and other people might not see that, but that doesn't mean that you don't see it, and it doesn't mean that it's not there. Because this Five of Swords is strongly feeling like you're going back on your own beliefs because other people are putting up a fight. It's like you're being asked to betray your own knowing. And this is confirmation that your knowings are not needed to be betrayed. Or like a confirmation that other people have betrayed your knowings, or it's not about all of that. It's just about coming back to what the truth is, which is that you are being divinely led, and you know this. I actually started off writing, so first of all I want to note that I wrote Pile 3, but I kind of was doing it like it started up like P, and then I was a bit lower, and L was a bit lower than E, and then 3 drew down really downly so, and then like dribbled right down into the page. And I feel like it's like you exist so far up, you begin up, and then you draw that down. Other people may begin with like the foundation of Pentacles, like they begin at the bottom and work themselves up, but you begin up and bring it down. So you may also resonate with seeing visions of things coming in very quickly, because it hasn't been quick for you. It's like you have been working in the internal and shifting all of that. That's where your work has begun, and it only grounds at the very end. And at that point you've already done 90% of the work, and it just needs to physicalize. Whereas other people might, or at least like the people that, or the beings, the energies that the energy that you're tapping into, however that may be, feels like it's more accustomed to going 10%, then 20%, then 30%, and they're able to see far more materially, far more tangibly, with obviousness. But I was really hesitant to say that, because it's like, it's obvious in that form, yes, but this form of expression, this higher knowing, is obvious to you. I feel like that's how you navigate. I'm gonna take a gulp of avocado now. Actually, avocado and banana. It changes the taste. And I'm kind of relating the banana to this card now, like higher calling. It changes the taste. And I'm seeing wheat, which is more about food. I mean, from my perspective. Yeah, and with that being food from my perspective, it's like your food is going to be different to other people's. And they're also drawing higher up. And there's like, it's like at the top, like I'm seeing it's like most of them have like a single thread up, but these two have multiple at the top that draw in from all sorts of areas. It just feels like your expertise is in the unseen. It's in higher. You're taller than most. Your crown is reaching higher than goes by your side is sticking out to me. Okay, so let's get to reading the actual card. Oh, this isn't a card, the writing. I went really weirdly with you, yeah, because I didn't write words for you first. I drew all of this and I was like, okay, what am I doing? I didn't really know why I was doing or what I was doing, but I was doing, and that felt like you trust, you really, really trust, and it felt so divine. Like I didn't know what I was drawing, but I knew I was drawing something. And that feels like what you're experiencing. I kind of feel like I don't need to like explain myself so much with you. I can probably just say the stuff and you can interpret it. Maybe that's just like autopilot for doing readings. You may feel like that with other people, like you have to explain yourself even though you know what you're doing. Or if what this is has to do with others. Okay, I'm losing that train of thought, so I don't think that was it. Okay. Yeah, you have such a trust. You're so trusting. I love this energy. You haven't... Oh, no, that was at the end. It's fine if you don't read this. It's fine if you do. I guess I don't need to say that either. Yeah, there's a lot of... You feel like you need to prove what you see. Or prove what you know. Okay, you guys are so psychic. That's the first thing I wrote. Very watery, very unique energy. Yeah. There's something more to this very unique energy, but maybe we'll come back to that. It's just a very particular energy, which is just what it is, very unique energy. Yeah, we'll come back to that. It took me longer to get each message for you. Like, you felt like a very slow pile, even though I feel like I want to talk fast with you. I think that's more like how you feel like you need to act, whereas your energy is naturally slower. It's more integrating. It's more allowing other parts to be in cohesion with you. You know how to collaborate with the universe. And that is that essence of being more slowed down. At least, I was going to say at least to others' perspectives, but I think it's to yours too. So yeah, it took me longer to write down each point because I was just kind of taking in everything. Yeah, so other people may also perceive you as being like inactive, but in actuality, you're just active in whole other fields of existence. Like your energy or your mind or your emotions are all moving, and you're observing that, because I felt a lot of awareness. Yes, you are so aware. Yeah, in between each message, I was purely listening. I feel like that I'm being really drawn to the chameleon. I think that's what it is now. And in particular, the like frills on its spine, backbone, or yeah, this is making me think of like power that's in the spine, but not in its rigidity, but in its ability to mold. You may consider yourself very mutable, and that is that is what gives you the power to collaborate, to allow for the universe to move you, because you allow that to be. And other people may, I keep going to other people may be viewing that as weak or like not with a strong backbone, but you're like, yeah, of course it's not strong, I need to bend. I'm allowing myself to flow. I'm being drawn to a willow tree. The other day I saw that willow trees there, they bend but don't break. Yeah, you bend but don't break. I had never break. But I feel like this might have been asking, or like making you question that, making you feel like, am I about to break? Or yeah, it's like other people aren't recognizing that you're a willow tree. They think that you're another tree that would break under the circumstances that you are trying to put yourself through. but you know that you won't break, you know that you'll bend, you know what will happen because you know who you are and you know how to navigate through the energies you're navigating through, or you know how to navigate through the energies that you will be navigating through. Okay. Don't stop before it's over. Yes. That was the end. I did not mean to I did mean to read it then, but yes, exactly. This is literally I feel like that's the final thing I wrote. Or maybe not. I'm really questioning. I don't know which order to read this in. It's like it went in a bit of everywhere. So you may be picking up a lot of pieces from your future or from your past, but you don't know where to place them yet. And this is just a confirmation that keep collecting them, because in the end they'll all come together to form the final piece, and you know that. I feel like such a strong essence of other people with you, because I wanted to say then, but other people might not. Yeah, so don't allow others who can't see to form your opinions of the world that you can see. Your dream is yours. So I'm just going to read any point. I don't know if it's going to make as much sense, but I feel like your brain is the kind where you can take all the puzzle pieces, and even if they don't make sense while you're receiving them, at the end they will, or halfway through a string of them will, and then they'll make not sense when you get the next puzzle piece, but that's just because you hadn't got the two after that, and so on. So your dream, it's yours. You're not delusional. Don't give up on your dream. Yeah, I don't feel like this in this energy right now. I feel a lot of just listening and comfort from you. But when I was tapped into your energy before writing this, I felt like I wanted to really defend your energy. I felt far more doubt from you, and like I really wanted to let you know that what you're seeing is the truth, and that you know your gift, you know that dream of yours. But yeah, I feel a lot of just quietness now. Yeah, I just peeked up to see, like, wait, the phone is on, right? Yeah, such a peaceful energy. I feel like you know that nothing is wrong. Okay. Yeah, when I was listening to music, the part that stood out for you was "Fuck the World" by, that was the quote part of the lyric that stood out, by All Time Low, a song Missing You. See how I like read that like really weirdly, like I wouldn't call that a diamond, a triangle. Triangles could be significant for you. Again, it's kind of that energy of like drawing from above downward and then grounding. Like I drew the bottom of the triangle last. Yeah, it's like I didn't draw the top first, because you're still in this reality. You are the top of the triangle, but then I drew it, right? I think that's the order I did it in. Oh, that's at least how I'm perceiving it now. Like you're the top, then you connect, and then you bring down, and then you finally super ground at the end. Yeah, super ground. It's like you get double of the base. Okay. Because you know that it's in the right place. Haha, it rhymed. Yeah, because if you were, this doesn't have to be for every other being who does it this way, but I feel like if you in particular were to start ground up, you wouldn't know where to start at the bottom, because I feel like that's not the way you navigate. You're more attuned to higher, so you would be kind of guessing where to start at the bottom. It wouldn't feel divinely led. You wouldn't know where to place your groundwork, but because you started, because it could also be that you started in a more, no, I was gonna say you started in a mutable place, so once you got to here, you could like drag it wherever you wanted on the floor and then ground it when you could see more, but it's not that. It's that you tapped into the top of the triangle, and where that is gonna fall is exactly in the right place. Okay. It's all come together, not coming together. It's all come together. It may take some twists and turns, but you're intuitive to take the steps. You're intuitive to the steps to take. You know the way. Yeah, it felt like that was very much of all these different lines at the beginning, and just the way I wrote. Basically just what I've been saying before. It's all come together. It may take some twists and turns, but you're intuitive to the steps you take. There's something I'm not getting in that. I'm gonna get another card for you. Not this deck. Okay, this deck. What is it about? But you're intuitive to the steps to take. Fuck the mirror, but it wanted to come out reversed. I want to note that. You're intuitive to the steps. It's like something about the steps to take. It's like, okay, it's making me think of squirrel energy, of like, but this may not be what normal, typical squirrel energy is, and that message could be relevant in and of itself. It's like an energy of following the trail. You don't need to have planned from the start where all the nuts are, but you go to one, and then that smell takes you to the next, and then that to the next. I feel like with that energy of like typicality. Oh, and now I'm seeing acorn as looking like this, and this is supposed to be more like a crystal. We'll get to that, but yeah, I forgot where I was at. But basically, instead of collecting all the nuts at once, it's collecting them one by one. And even if you don't know right now what even 2 steps in front of you is, you know what to do in this very moment. You have a very I heard clean trust, and then I didn't hear the rest. Yeah, exactly. It's like I just heard clean and then trust. You may not even be able to form fully sentenced forms. You may not be able to fully form sentences right now. You may not be able to explain what this is about, what this experience you're experiencing is, or what the experience you know you're about to experience is, but you know that you know what steps to take always in the moment. You know the first letter of the word, you know the first step. Yeah, don't turn back on yourself, aka your heart, your truth. Yeah, because this feels like a border, this feels like a big step, or maybe you're being called to take a leap. But to you, it's not a leap. To you, it's just a step. Because it's simple. Because you know that you can trust yourself. You know you can trust all that is. You know that you're always being guided. Yeah. Don't turn back on yourself. Don't turn back on your heart. You know your truth. You know the way that you live. You know truth from a higher perspective too, of like a more objective space. But you know that you can relate to it subjectively too. Okay. You haven't lost your way, doubting yourself. Hug, it's okay. You can trust your mind, and most importantly, gut. Yeah, you can trust your instinct. Don't stop before it's over. You're making me want to really be stern in telling yourself it's okay. You really can trust yourself and your knowings. Fuck them. The naysayers. Yeah, that was again like, and also I don't usually use strong words, but I used that twice with you, so that could be significant. There could be like strong boundaries that you need to put in, or this is drawing attention to that there are strong influences surrounding you, but also that strong is or like how powerful they are to in resonance with your energy is up to you. Like you get to decide how much influence other people can have on you. Naysayers. I didn't know how to spell naysayers also, and that felt significant. Like it doesn't matter if you are doing it in all the right way. I'm just repeating myself. It doesn't matter, because you know what matters. universe is on your side. Yeah, it felt a bit like, even if no one else is on my side, I know the universe and all that is on my side. Whee! Okay. Yeah, and I wanted to draw a heart under that and make it special. Is that it? I didn't really get anything from the Lemuria other than, yeah, okay, so that might be what it is. And sometimes for reverse, for me, it doesn't mean, I guess it doesn't matter what it doesn't mean. What I feel like it does mean in this case is taking the objects of what is on the card as opposed to the energy of what's on the card. So here I was relating that acorn with this crystal, and it's like the steps that you are following, the trails are like full of information. Okay, so that's it too. It's because you may feel like you don't have all the information for the entire picture. It's like, or for the step after next, and if this is talking about a leap of faith, this is knowing that each step provides the rest or provides more. That it's not like you take this step and then you're left blank. The next one, you'll get a map each time. Yeah, it's not just a plain acorn. It's not just an extra added to you. It's, you get the instructions for what to do after. But it's on that acorn. So if you don't go and collect that acorn, then you won't get the information that's on that acorn. Something about portals also. Jumping through portals. Yeah, it's like you're being asked to jump through a portal and you're like, but I don't know what's on the other side of it. I don't know how to find the next portal after that, and I don't want to be stuck in that in-between portal place. And it's like, okay, yeah, but we'll tell you where the next portal is, but we don't have the map for you here. We have it over there. You don't need to have it here. It would be like extra baggage, extra mental like fog, extra stuff for you to carry, and we don't need you to carry that. It's like everything you're experiencing is a blessing, and because of your trust, it enables you to flow so much more freely. Yeah, your life gets to be so much freer, even if sometimes it feels like you're walking a thin line. It's not a thin line. I want to say that you may feel like you have to do everything very particularly or else kind of energy, but it's not, because the universe has infinite possibilities of paths that you can take. It may not feel like that, but when you tap into that knowing of yours, that you are safe or that you can trust, it opens you to the freedom of what life really is, which is so much more holding, so much more loving. Okay, that kind of looks like a Christmas tree now. I heard like happy times. Okay, that kind of looks like spikes too. But now it's bringing me out to drawing like a sun, or like an expanded flower, like a fiery flower. So that could have significance for some of you. I mentioned this in another reading, but I want to do it again because I love it. I found the asteroid Flora on in astrology / wherever you want to call it, and so you may want to look up the asteroid Flora where that is in your chart, or in the charts of that which is in subject here. Like if this is about a certain date, like looking up Flora to do with that date. Is that it? I feel like there's something maybe I'm not getting. You can trust yourself. I kind of want to say maybe trust others less, but not that. It's like just drawing your energy back to yourself. No, this is about... Okay, let's get some more tarot. Oh... no, there's no... There might be an animal card. We'll see. It's like the energy of... It's something about another. And their influence on you that doesn't... That, like, there's a... It's like... For their influence to be less, I feel like you have to do something. And that can be like internally doing something, but there's still like a call to really see it, really see the way they see you, or really see the way that they see life and how that is affecting you. And I feel like that might be it, but guidance, extra guidance. Maybe read the Lion card actually. Yes, and okay, so we're gonna read the Lion card, but it's in relation to lizard regeneration. And at the back of the deck is be community. You're a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. I'm gonna eat a spoonful of food. There's the lizard. They're next to each other. Yeah, it's that steps. It's like this comes first and this comes second. Confidence, bravery, power, leadership, majesty, business, pride, patience, enthusiasm, rising sun, passion. I feel like that could say a lot for you. That fits the energy a lot. I feel like there's something particular this is all on about and you know exactly what it is. Some of you, it may be several things, or like just those several things tie into one big thing, if that's especially to do with a big change that you're going through. Or that you're stepping into. Oh, this is just kind of that portal energy. And the death to... It's kind of like... It's twofold. It's like the death to adapting to others' ways of being, and then also the death to not adapting. In that, like, you are an adaptive person. You adapt to the universe, to your circumstances. You follow intuition. Full stop? Is that the end of the sentence? I feel like that's not important to hone in on. Lion is a symbol for... Yeah, again, it's like, you don't need to hone in on the next steps, because right now all you need is the lion. Lion is a symbol for royalty, mastery, and power. It is also a strong female archetype. Lionesses do the hunting, care for the young, and survive because of their cooperation. Cooperation with the higher calling. Lionesses create a carefree existence for their playful cubs. Lions are one of the few cats that live in a community. The pride lives in the moment without care. The male lions are charged to be protective, passionate, and possessive. If lion is your totem, use stealth and patience when pursuing your dreams for success. Yeah. If lion is your totem, use stealth and patience when pursuing your dreams for success. If you are a lioness, you know you are responsible, a great leader and provider. You work well in a team. Some lion people need to look out for self-absorption and vanity. The evolved lion person is given the task of protecting the pride, and especially the young. Lion can be invoked in times of threat and are a great force against negative energies. Yeah, I felt like that because when I was reading this, I kept feeling like I'm getting serious. My energy feels like like no bullshit. Like with that, like fuck the world, fuck them. Like there's strong protective energy here, and I heard a crack noise there, so strong protective. And I feel like you have that for others, but maybe this is a call to have it more for yourself, because not just because, but and through that will allow you to greater protect the rest. Lion can be invoked in times. It's given me like lioness has to feed herself, otherwise she won't be able to get more food to feed the others. Lion can be invoked in times of threat and are a great force against negative energies. Call upon Lion for confidence, vitality, and the power to stand your ground with confidence. Wow. A fly just flew in front of my eye when I said that, so I'm going to read that again. Call upon your lion for call upon your lion. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Call upon your lion for confidence, vitality, and the power to stand. I almost said withstand then. The power to withstand those negative energies. Those naysayers. Call upon lion. I just laugh because of the word naysayers. Call upon lion. No, call upon your lion. And I wanted to say with that also, your lion could be referring to like the lion within you, but also it could be referring to like a lion guide, or lion like Lyra, the energy of that, or lots of other energies. It's Mr. Fly is coming again. Yeah, it's like, it feels to me like, okay, they want to point out that it's a guide in particular. Yes, okay. Oh, and maybe it's on my Saturn finger, which just gives that energy of like, they are protecting you. Yes, it flew off when I said that. Okay. No, I'm being corrected. No, it flew off when it was ready. Okay. Yeah, and that makes me feel like this lion guide is acting from their own like accordance, in that they don't need you to call upon them, kind of thing. They're protecting you regardless. They're independent. Call upon lion for confidence, vitality, and the power to stand your ground with confidence. Contrary is your ego out of control? Remember humility. Lion people need to look out for self-absorption, laziness, and vanity. Is it time to cooperate more? Successful lions need the pride, let go of conflict, and reclaim nobility. I only feel for you it's the last one. Like, no, I don't feel like it's let go of conflict, because I almost feel like you're being asked to like stand your ground within or against conflict. But reclaim nobility, that's all from the contrary, I feel. Okay, pile number 3, that is your reading. Have a lovely conflict. I wish you well on your journey of what are these called? Acorn collectings. And whatever it is that you consider your dream, or this thing that whether you know what that thing you're pointing to that you can see that maybe others can't is or not, you'll find out. Or you already know what it is, which is what I feel like. I don't know, I feel like there's still an elusivity of it. You maybe still, yeah, because you still don't know how it's going to ground. So whatever it is, I wish you excitement in the discovery of it. I love you, and bye-bye. That kind of felt like a game show host ending. The camera remains on, so just, you can leave or you can stay. Me pencil. I didn't take your crystal off until after I said me pencil, so pencils could be significant. Okay, welcome in pile number 4. I almost didn't do your pile, and I also want to note that I feel like my phone is on so low storage, so if it cuts out in a weird place, I'm going to take that as it's meant to be. So just letting you know that. That does go into your reading. I feel like this reading may be a little bit hard to hear, and I also feel a call to say how I like don't want to show you the paper. Like, this is the notes I have down for you, and for all the others, you have more than the others, but also I have like just had the page out for them. But for you, I had a feeling of I want to hide this, and that goes a lot in within your reading of it feels like there's a lot being hidden from you, and we're just gonna kind of be exploring that a bit more and helping bring clarity to something that perhaps you didn't know or didn't think would need clarity on. Okay. Where's your cards? Here we go. So the main card we got is Revealer of Truth, which is interesting that I said the main card because I hadn't said that for any of the others. And wait, let me see where this is gonna... Okay, let's keep that there. Yeah, I haven't said that for that's a main card for any of the others, and I actually got that card after writing all of this and after getting these, so it doesn't feel like it should be a main card, which is kind of going with this energy that I feel like you are putting a lot of weight on someone or something that okay, how do I word this? Like more weight than they deserve, or it's like you're not seeing the full truth of someone because it feels like they're hiding something intentionally. It could be unintentionally, and I don't think it really matters if it is or not. So the first two and the main cards, and I'm going to put the others up here. Is that in? Doesn't really matter if it's in or not. So the main two are 7 of Pentacles and 10 of Wands. And to start with, for the 7 of Pentacles, I want to say that it feels like there's been someone or something. I'm going to say this is a someone, but if this isn't a person that you've recently come into contact with or you've recently met, or it could be just there's a new stage of evolution being asked with someone that you might have known for a long time, but I feel like the time frames could be different for all of you actually, for whether this is like a next step you're being asked to take internally, you're being asked, or or they are asking you to take, or you're wanting to take with someone new, or I forgot how I even started that sentence, or see that is the energy a bit of like things are being brushed under the rug, like I'm forgetting how I started this, but it doesn't matter. It's like you maybe don't know all the details, or you don't know where they come from or what they carry, but you may be being more okay with that than you truly feel. So this 7 of Pentacles card made me feel like you've been waiting for love, or been waiting for this person, or been waiting for a person for a very long time, and so it kind of makes you want to preemptively pick the fruits because you deserve to have what you're seemingly being offered, but this is a message of actually what you're being offered isn't what you've been waiting for. And that's essentially what these cards later on are going to be. Like, there's the truth of what you're waiting for. I guess I can show them now. After this initial energy, I asked what will come after the death, the quote-unquote death, because it feels like we're going to be letting go of something that you're holding on to here. And I think that for most of you, this is a person. when you let go of them, then the true love comes in. Oh yeah, the Hangman. Maybe that was the main card, actually. I can't remember. That goes again with the, like, I don't actually know the truth. And we have the revealer of truth. And I'm reading Learn from them. Maybe you're being asked to take, like, a step below someone. Like, I'm kind of seeing, like, a situation where you're being told that you're the student when really you're the teacher. Like, you're being asked to learn from them, but maybe you are not in a position of needing to learn from them. I hope that makes sense. Essentially, I feel like this situation is wanting you to take more of a back seat than would be beneficial for you. It's like this situation or this person feels like they don't want you to see the full truth, and were you to really put your foot down to want that, or to put boundaries in there, and knowing that it's either you see the full truth or you don't see them at all, kind of thing. I can't remember where I was going with that. Yeah, it felt like, were you to confront this, or maybe you have confronted this in the past, and it feels like if when you do that, it brings up a lot of conflict, or they make you feel, it feels quite manipulative, like they make you feel like you're in the wrong then for wanting to see the truth. Maybe they try and get you to feel like you should be trusting blindly. Yes, okay, so that goes with the first thing I wrote. So while I was doing these readings, doing the readings as if like this isn't the reading, when I was writing these notes for the reading, is that in shot? I need to look again. It is. Yeah, there's a need to look again. Or at least that's what this message is. There's no need to, but I feel like for your benefit, looking again would be helpful, be clarifying, be, I think, relieving, because this the second card is 10 of Wands, and the way it made me feel was like there's a lot more that you'd be taking on through this, what feels like you're being asked into commitment. And I want to say the main message of this was all not, it wasn't to like so much, I want to say, it kind of was, but for this moment I'm going to say it wasn't to say yes or no. It's not to decide. This isn't trying to get you to decide. It's trying to get, this is a reading that was more asking you to stop and breathe and reevaluate. So it's not telling you what to do, it's just saying, like, take time. There's no rush. It's okay. Slow down. Like, reflect. Yeah, there felt like a lot of anxiousness, like you felt like you couldn't stop. And that in and of itself felt like a bit of a red flag, like love is holding. Do you feel like you are being supported in the way that would feel most natural for you to flow? Like, it feels like you're wanting to jump into something that you don't feel safe in, or that wouldn't be safe. Or has the potential to not be safe. Yeah, so I started this reading off by saying for funsies, and just the first energy was like a change of pace. There's what does that say? It's like nothing big, just some fresh air. And I kind of felt like that might be the energy you would appearing in this reading for. Like, you were just clicking a reading for fun and you just wanted a little bit of a refresher kind of thing, but that this was a heavier message than you were expecting. And so either that, or it could also be that you went into this situation with the idea of this is just for fun, just wanted something new, and then you got swept up by something. And then it also could be that is your natural approach to life. Like, you just want fun. You just wanted this to be for fun. You just wanted a change of pace, some fresh air. Or you like that energy of fresh air and change. Nothing day by day, always new. And maybe this connection, or there's something that's being asked of you, or that you're considering, that would take that away from you, or that would not allow for so much not allow for so much freedom as you want. Or fun, it's like play. It doesn't feel very like a playful situation. Even though it gives the guise of that, I feel. It's like there's more to it than... There's more that would come later, or that you'd find out later, is what it feels like. But, like, obviously take this as it resonates. If you have suspicions, then this will be confirming them. And I'm not saying that everything I'm saying is the truth. I'm just saying that this message is guiding you to question the truth. And I'm just gonna take a bite of food. Yeah, it's kind of like, in that is like a message of asking you to reevaluate what really nourishes you. And take time to do that, to choose that. Those who really have your best interest at heart will want what nourishes you too. Because I got a bit of an energy of like, I was questioning, maybe I shouldn't be eating now, because maybe like it's the energy of like, maybe I should rush, maybe I should do this for you, like maybe you wouldn't want me to rush, or not that, sorry, maybe you wouldn't want me to eat. And then that was feeling like your perspective on your situation, like maybe I should just give in because they don't want me to think about it. But if they really cared, they would want you to feel safe. They wouldn't like question that, wouldn't they want that? It just feels like this is something big, and that it's not something that you need to immediately jump into, and that you can take more time to go at your own pace with. Okay, what else have we got? The song Patient by Charlie Puth came up. Oh yeah, the first thing that I wrote. So yeah, that's what I was saying way ages ago, way earlier. When I was writing this for your reading, I did it with a candle, and I did it in a weird... The candle was in like a weird place. I guess that's not so much relevant for this reading. But of all the piles, you were the pile that I just like stared at the candle for. And it felt like I was being entranced by it, like it was like all I could see. And it kind of felt like being blinded by it, like you were really into the candle, but kind of so much that you were missing what else was in your experience. I also found myself like staring up, like I was just staring. But it wasn't like in front of me, it was up, which kind of felt a bit like you're not wanting to see the truth, like looking looking over certain things. It could also literally just be confirming that you do, and I wrote that somewhere else, like you see the light in people, or you see the light in life, you love to look up, and I'm not saying look down. But if this is going to be something that causes you to, like, causes the lower half of you to be in pain, then that looking up then becomes a detriment. So it's just a message again of like, look down for a moment so that you can resituate yourself, and then you can go back to looking up. Yeah, I was most unsure if I'd get cards to do this pile even after I had started. So I was unsure even after beginning it. So for some of you, maybe you thought that if you would, like, you may be feeling unsure or unsatisfied now, and you just think that if you take the next step with this person or with this situation, that then you'll feel something new, or then it will be okay. But this is a call to more take action based off where you're currently at, as opposed to potential. You don't have all the information yet, is what I felt at the very start. I didn't know what the reading was about yet, but it just felt like you don't quite have everything, so there's a call to wait until you do. Can you actively... Yeah, that's why this reading was also, like I said earlier, it's not so much about making a decision as much as it is about just holding off making the decision until you feel secure in it. Until you feel secure in it, because you could feel secure in the in making the decision without all the information, but this is wait until you have all the information. At least that's what this guidance is. It doesn't have to be what you actually follow. Because your life is your life, and that can be whatever you want to be. Can you actively get more / change perspective? Yeah, that was my question to, like, for myself, because I then got cards on that. Like, I wanted to know, is this something that you'll just have to wait to get the more information on? Or is this something that you can actively get? And it felt like, yes, there's something that you're not seeing that you can find. So what are you being asked to let go of came up because ooh. The Four of Pentacles reversed came up for me when I was asking that, and it felt like something you're holding on to needed to be, like, released. And you don't have to view that in, like, letting go, pushing away, but it felt like more of just a, if you loosen your grip on this, does it remain with you? Or is this something that you have to, like, hold up on your own, kind of thing? In other words, are you holding more of the weight in this situation than is yours to hold? If you let go, would it be magnetized towards you because you're in resonance together, because you're in cohesion, and you're in harmony, and you're on the same page? Or would it naturally fall away? Yeah, it felt... there was also Page of Swords. I know I'm not showing you these cards, so just take the... Yeah, that's it. I wondered why I was saying that. It's, again, I'm not showing you the cards. There's cards that you're not seeing. I'm just thinking, because I didn't like the way that I've been phrasing this, or, like, I don't like the energy I've been in, really. Like, maybe you've been feeling that, like, you're not really yourself, because I felt like I was trying to get my point across, or, like, trying to convince you of something, and that's not the position I usually like to take. I'm usually more, like, open and sharing what I see, but not trying to push anything. But I felt like here I was trying to push you, or I felt more judgmental, or at least like it was coming across as judgmental. And so maybe this could also be them, like either their energy is making you feel like this, or like misinterpret yourself, or it's like they're okay, two other things, or they're making you not be in alignment with love, like you're not able to be soft, you're like hardening something. I'll come back to this. And the other one was, it could definitely be them, like that whole energy of harsh and judgmental and trying to push something onto you could be their energy, and that's the one that feels like it resonates most. With this card, the first thing I noticed was that there's a dragon here, and I've never seen that before, but I love dragons. But this felt like a sneaky dragon. It felt like this is what you're looking at, so maybe it's instead of like don't look up, it's look further up. Because this fruit, yes, is ready to pick. This one part of the tree is what you want, but above that is so much more. And this, like, the energy of you're not just getting that one fruit though, you're getting all the immature ones too, and that is what will become a burden to you, is what this feels like. And I feel like they're aware of this. They know what else they hold, but they're trying to lure you in with just the good one. So it could definitely be a case of they're putting their best foot forwards, and maybe the other feet aren't what you want. So get them to show you their other feet before is the guidance coming through. So yeah, this is something that you can use more logic surrounding. There may be many pressures that I've written. Example for if it's other people / this other person. Don't let their personal perspectives cloud yours. Slow down, it's okay, take time to reflect, stop, breathe. 2 songs that came were by 21 Pilots, Car Radio, and Heathens. I also want to note that it was the Heathens crossed with trees. I feel like that could be significant. Again, the fact that I didn't even write that, but that is what's true. Usually and just then I said so specific, even though it does not say so, it says the opposite of that, it says no specific. Yeah, they could be like trying to get you to really focus in on one thing. Like, say you bring up a subject, they will try and hone in on one aspect of that subject that is true. So they're not, it feels like they don't lie, they just really get you to focus in on the truth, which is only a part of the truth. It's only a fraction of the truth. So yeah, the fact that I didn't write any of the lyrics, I wasn't drawn to any of the specific lyrics, only the general, I was gonna say readings, the general songs, that's what they're called. Only the general songs, as opposed to the other piles, and just usually I'd be drawn to them because of a certain lyric, but it was just the songs, which again felt like that reiteration of like, it's not showing you all the details, it's very abstract. Okay, what are you not seeing clearly? Oh yeah, so I was gonna do this whole reading in far more structuredly, and then at this point I was gonna suggest like maybe you want to pause the video and take some time to breathe and recenter, to put your body at ease, to like realign to a loving state and a relaxed state. But so the fact that I'm saying that now, maybe you want to do that before I get onto the other stuff, but it doesn't feel like there's too much. Oh yeah, because then in a bit we'll get into future energies for you, but it feels like this is a little bit more of this, so I'll carry on and then maybe we'll get future stuff. I want to pause to eat though, so maybe you do want to pause. I say pause, but pause in keeping the video on. Hey, yeah, so you don't even need to pause. We can both be in the waiting phase / the receiving phase. Okay. Yeah, they / this comes with so much more baggage than you see. This is / will be a burden, not a blessing. It's okay to see the best in energies, but what does your gut say? Don't accept something that feels remotely suspicious, because it is. And then I wrote the dragon sneak, which was that dragon. We've covered those parts. You may have been waiting for a long time. So that may be one of the suspicions, how much you've had to wait. But I feel like that's not relevant. I feel like it's more like in life you've waited, you've wanted for so long, and there's this something that feels like it's so close to what you really want, or it appears like it's what you want, but your gut tells you that this isn't it still. So that just is a confirmation that it or like a reflection / a compassion. My compassion, my heart goes out to you, because you do deserve to have all that you are seeking and that you have felt like you've been waiting for. It's just that thing, I don't think it's this. I think that what's coming in, because then I asked, okay, so if you let go of this, what will come after the death? And you got the Star card, and then beneath that was the Lovers. Yeah, which is like fate, destiny, hope, renewal, and the Lovers feels pretty self-explanatory for this situation, at least, which feels like it's on about a relationship. And this could be friendship also, or family, or anything. It's just, well, maybe not family, because I was gonna say it's kind of like an energy of let go of this version so that you can get an improved version. And by improved, it's not that one is better than the other in an objective standpoint. It's subjectively for you, this one is better than this one for you, is how I'm feeling. So you may have been waiting for a long time, and you've been making yourself towards something magical. Okay, yeah, that kind of does make sense. Only when I read it in a certain way. And yeah, that goes with the energy again of like, they may be saying something that is true, but it's really like a skewed truth. It only makes sense if you like tilt your head and really like lean in. There could be it also they could just be very attractive, like the way they, like, because I saw that like tilting your head, leaning in, like kissing, like there's other parts of them that make it hard to see their faults. And again, faults being subjective, we can view nothing as having fault, but we can also see it being a fault in relation to us and what we want. So you may have been waiting for a long time, and you've been making yourself towards something magical just for you. And that's what this Star and Lovers energy felt like. It felt like there's something so special, so meant for you, and it's just round the corner. But it is round the corner. It's not on this side of the fence kind of thing. this side of the fence, I just want to note also, it's like there's a different perspective you can have on that, being like, I don't want to bring in the energy of like, it's not like you have to do more, because you already, in one way, you're already in alignment with this love. You're always in alignment with love, and you don't have to be more to experience this more aligned connection. But if you're currently choosing to align yourself with something that isn't this connection, then that's not allowing for that space within yourself to like tangibly experience this energy. So while this energy is always in alignment with you, it's a choice to experience it still. It's a bit contradictory, like, yes, we're experiencing being everything, being existence, being God, being whatever you want to call all that is, but we're also experiencing the delusion that we're not everything. If we want to be experiencing that, it's all just a matter of perspective, which feels like this whole situation is a matter of perspective. In other words, this all feels like it's a choice. Who you love is a choice. Who you have in your life is a choice. Okay. And I know that it may not always feel like that, because it does feel like you've wanted something like this and it wasn't coming, kind of thing, and this is so close. But you are like, you're getting confirmation here that you have been moving. It may have felt like waiting, but from a higher perspective, it was never waiting. I want to like confirm to you how much you've grown and how much you have made progress, because when we look at the Seven of Pentacles being that first card for you, it's 7 of Pentacles, which makes me feel like the full 8 of the harvest, 8 of that power, 8 of infinity, and that's making me feel it in relation to these 2 cards, which feel like infinity. It feels like all that you've wanted. This kind of looks like boobs. Oh no, YouTube won't allow it. Yeah, it's like play is around the corner, laughter is around the corner, alignment with self. But yeah, it's like you've made it this far. 7 is like 7 has already like almost grown all the fruits, but it's not yet. Still, it's not 8, but there does want to be so much affirmation of how much you have brought yourself into awareness of your own alignment. Yeah, okay. How close to being fully aligned with self you are. That is in that alignment of the one that you really want. I guess, okay, because I just did that. That feels like that is the energy of infinity. It is that, at least in this case, or the Vesica Pisces thing, it's like you and this other being, it's like you have, I feel like for you, you have a very specific someone like waiting for you. And I'm not saying that they're not going through things that they need to release also, but it's like there feels like something very fated, and this one that you're in right now feels like something that you're more forcing, with that energy again of like, if you were to loosen your grip, would it stay or would it fall away? Because I think it would fall away. But this one feels like when you are not attached, it's still there because it's you, because of who you are to each other. Because you are both in truth. When you are both in truth, you are in alignment with one another because that truth is so similar. Okay. I think this is the way, but not it. Yeah, I actually wrote, I think this one is in the way, but not it. But it doesn't feel like that. It feels like I like the other phrasing more, because it confirms again that that 7, it's like you never lost your way, and this was always a part of that journey, and always will have been a part of that journey, and that's beautiful in and of itself. It just feels like the next step may not include them. Release to make room for a new you and a new love. What will come after the death? Yeah. After I said what will come after the death, I heard everything you ever wanted, and it feels like a fairy tale kind of feeling. If you resonate with that, that fairy tale feeling feels very, it kind of feels selected for a few of you. That might not be the energy that a lot of you resonate with. Okay, so what did I this one might sound a bit weird, so take this or don't take this. Same thing with everything. Look, I know you've been doubting this old connection yourself too. This is really calling you to look at even the smallest inconsistencies / areas for hidden secrets. I really think they're not telling you something. You deserve and can have honest people in your life if you allow that / choose that. Yeah, that kind of feels like that wraps everything up. It's just, I said like take it or don't, mainly because I started it with like look, and that's a really funny way to start it in my opinion, because it feels, yeah, this is that same energy they have. It feels condescending, and I feel like that's what they do to you. I feel like they look down on you and don't give you the respect of who you are. I feel like you're a very respectable being. Every being is respectable, but yeah, exactly. Every being is respectable, and it just feels like maybe they don't align with that ideology. And that's just something to question if you want that or not. Or if you, like, do you resonate with that? Do you feel like you're being respected, or do you feel like they see you in the way you want to be seen? And I don't think that it's a matter of them needing to see more of you in order for them to then respect you. It's just a matter of, are they respecting themselves enough in order to be able to respect another in the way that you are desiring, in the way that you respect them, or in the way that you respect everyone or everything. Yeah, it feels like this. Shall we get cards? No, I heard no. Okay. It just feels like your true alignment is more in okay, your true alignment is more in cohesion, is more, it's already where you're at. I feel like you're already very aligned with self, and that this other one that this connection that you're in, or about to be in, they don't feel like they're aligned with themselves. Like, they don't feel like they're in alignment with their natural way of being. Yes. I want to draw that, like the nose. Okay. Yeah, nose. Yeah, what's smelling like ever so slightly off? Well, this actually could have to do with their nose. Maybe you really like their nose. Or maybe you do like a lot of what they pick up on, but again, it's like the truths that they do show you may be very favorable to you. They may fit the bill in so many ways, but not all of them. Is that it? I felt like I had said everything, but that maybe another card wanted to come through. I kind of want to get a comparison, actually, like this old or present connection, and then the future one. And the future one? Consciousness. And divine masculine at the back. Yeah, it feels like these energies are like the essence of masculinity is distorted in the first one, because it's like that energy of power and like using that power in a it's like manipulating through the ability they have. Like, they have the ability to direct their power. So they have that divine masculine of direction, of like control, but it feels like this one also has that. They both feel strong and in power, but this first one feels like they use that power, that vibrancy, to like say, hey, look at all of this, but don't look at all of this beneath it. I almost feel like the darkness of them is what makes their like light so much lighter, so much more attractive. It's like maybe the dark part of them is mysterious and is, maybe they paint that, maybe they paint the dark part of them in a light that's favorable to them. Like maybe they paint that like they're not sharing a lot about themselves, or a certain aspect of this could be that they're saying like, hey, that's just the cool mysterious part about me, but actually it's the deceptive and non-loving part of them, if we can see love as being non-inherent and not everything in the distorted, more normal sense of appearing or seeing love. Yeah, it feels like they have this prosperity within them. They have a lot of love, they have a lot of color, but it's not always directed in a way that benefits themselves and thus benefits those around them. And at least my perspective of the word benefit, or spirit's perspective. So your future partner, or potential future partner, should you choose this, is consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to see. I didn't even read that one. How little do they want you to see the details? The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Oh my god, they will show you everything. They will, like, this is the good and the bad. This is all parts of them that they will open to you about. I'm not saying that they'll be but there is yellow. I was gonna say, like, I'm not saying that they'll be the happiest about sharing the parts of themselves that they deem as like ill-fitting, or as the like unhealed parts of themselves that they're working on, or the parts that they're ashamed of. But then I saw the yellow. It's like, no, there's a certain confidence in their own faults that they have. Like, they're willing to bring light to all aspects of themselves because they recognize themselves that all parts are okay to exist. I feel like this being has a degree of self-awareness that can't be distorted by others. It's like this one feels insecure, and so they don't, like, they want what they want, and they know what will cause others to back away from them, so they show what is favored. But this one is willing to let others go if they don't see them as favorable, because I feel like they have a level of security in who they are. Not that they know that people will stay even if they see their faults, but that they know that even if others perceive them as faults, that they're okay with that themselves, because they recognize, like, they're not going to be they have that degree of confidence that everything is okay even when it doesn't feel okay. And this just feels like also that they want to see all of that in you. Like, I keep seeing this like mirrored, like they want the harder parts of you too. They want the multi-dimensional aspects. yeah, everything that comes up. And it doesn't have to be like, I want to say like it doesn't have to be just about the past or the present. It's like they want to explore. They want to explore what could be of who you are and who they are. I'm being drawn to Nessa could be a relevant name. I'm being drawn to the in Wicked, the Elphaba's sister. I can't remember what to call her, but her name is Nessa, right? And consciousness, Nessa. That could have symbolism there. I'm not sure what it would be. Other than that, she's like in a wheelchair. So if we view that as like healing to be done, like she's not in full health, then it's like the acceptance of that still, and bringing that awareness to the process of healing. And yeah, I'm seeing the apple and the snake here. I feel like that might be all there is to be said. And 17 is the star. Yeah, it feels like you reflect one another. Your level of consciousness is their level of consciousness. There's something I'm not getting still, because it doesn't feel like the end of the reading. It's because I'm still in like a certain darkness. I feel like there's some... How can we release... Yeah, that one did come out. The Divine Masculine card. 22. The frequency of Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side. Okay, this is for you, actually. Allowing it to express itself while helping us bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Yes. I feel like you're being called to take more initiative into materializing your dreams. Materializing what you do want. So what do you want? And it's like the action to getting that is right here. Release it. Show yourself what you want, and I heard what you deserve. Because again, I want to draw your attention to that. You're at 7. You're at 7. And 8 feels like what you want. Yeah, 1 add 7 is 8. Yeah, 8 is right here. And there's a step to taking that. And it's right in front of you. Yeah, I love that. This ending on like, yes, you can have this. You can have that dream, that ideal, the thing that you've been waiting for. You have been in that waiting stage, but it's no longer waiting. You can either wait forever in this stage and play around with this essence, with this energy, and that's completely okay. That is a very valid option. But you can also take those steps to releasing the 7 and moving on to the 8 if you're ready for that, or if you would like. Yes. Okay, cool. Pile number 4, that has been your reading. That was fun. I love how that ended. Yeah, Divine Masculine. Oh, I love that too. It was like a bit of like a distorted masculine here, which would be also reflected in you not taking action. And then this one, it was at the back of the deck for in upright, in that its masculine was a loving power and a directing through what is ever present within all aspects, and like especially bringing that clarity and communication around that. Yeah, and then now that's being reflected in you being in that, or at least the option being presented. I feel like it's your energy now. Being ready to step into that yourself, to be the attraction point for that, which would be the releasing of the allowing of the toxicity and taking action towards that which you're wanting. I feel like I could have phrased that better, but hey ho. I feel like maybe that's what you have with them. Maybe you're trying to think about how to word things really particularly, or I feel like you might be still trying to, like, I know, I heard like weasel your way. Maybe they're trying to weasel their way back in, or you're trying to weasel your way out. But no, but I feel like you're being called to do that. Because what I was getting was like, you're unsure how to exactly do it, but I feel like that's because you're trying to maybe justify how, like justify your part, or I don't know, it feels just like you're trying to get a certain outcome, or have them act a certain way, when really it's more about, are they acting in the way you want, and then saying yes or no to that. That's at least what this situation feels like it's calling for. Yeah, because that, when I was like tripping up on my words earlier just now, it felt like I was saying it does, or I wanted to say, it doesn't matter how you say this, it doesn't matter how you let go, it's just the choice whether you want to do that or not. Yeah. Okay. I feel like maybe your pile will always have a bit of that, like, there's just something missing. There's something going on that I'm not picking up on, or that I haven't put into the right words. What is that? I'm going to do a little drawing to see if we can get more on that energy. Yeah, that's all that needs to be drawn. Okay. This is, I'm kind of seeing that like a leaf, and this is the bottom. That feels like the focal point. I heard loose ends. Yeah, loose ends. Also, like, just snip it off at the... Yeah, it kind of feels like this is the part they're showing you, maybe, and you're trying to, like, cut it down. But, okay, that's what it is, I think. I think it's, they will never admit to the truth. So it's kind of just a matter of, do you cut it off at the base without trying to get to the truth, or do you keep playing with their games, kind of thing? Is that it? Yeah, okay. Pile number 4. I love you very much. I wish you well with your dream, whether that be in any form that it takes.